Next, I'll draw for turn. So I'll discard this to ride. The grade 1 skill, I can pull her out from the soul, so I'm going to place her here and I soul charge 1. I'll swing to your Vanguard for 10.
Guard for 23.
Check. Swing for 8.
No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
So then, at the end of the battle, she goes back into the soul. Pass turn.
I'll stand and draw. Energy generator. I'll discard a draw trigger in order to ride Silverthorn Marionette Lillian. The skill of Irina. I look at the top 7 cards of my deck. And I choose 1 and put into my soul. The rest go back into the deck and I shuffle. I'll attack your Vanguard for 10.
No guard.
Drive check. No trigger.
Damage.
I'll pass turn.
I'll stand and draw. With the grade 2 skill, since I have 2 grade 1 or less cards with loose or in its name, I get to ride. Perfect. And then also I get 3 energy. I'll call blue-haired prodigy Rhesus. With her skill, my Vanguard will get 10k. Then I'll use the skill of Charmant to counterblast. I'll choose up to 2 grade 2 or less. And my Vanguard gets another +5. I'll swing with Charmant to your Vanguard. This is gonna be 28, and then with its skill, I'm gonna choose the grade 1 and grade 0 to increase their power to 28.
No guard.
First check. Second check.
Damage check. No trigger.
So then I'll swing, this is 28, 31 to your Vanguard.
No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
Then 28 again to your Vanguard.
I'll PG. Discarding.
So then when she finishes attacking, I put 2 of the cards back into my soul, and I draw a card. Your turn.
I'll stand and draw and obtain 3 energy. I'll discard in order to ride Silverthorn Dragon Tamer Lukier. I use the skill of my Lillian. Whenever Lukier is written over her, I get to soul charge 1. Then I choose 1 card from my soul and add it to my hand. I'll choose Lillian, add her to my hand. Next, I'll call a Rising Dragon. I'll use the skill of Rising Dragon. When this unit is placed, I can put a card from my hand into soul in order to draw 1. Afterwards, I'll use the skill of my Stream Performer, Tongue. Whenever she goes into the soul by a card ability, if I have a Vanguard with only Pale Moon in its name, I can bind her and search my deck or drop for up to 1 grade 3 and put it into my soul. I will choose Hurry and Join Silverthorn Servants, add that to my soul, and shuffle. Next, I will use the skill of the Energy Generator. I'll Energy Blast 7 in order to draw 1 card. Then I'll use the skill of my Lukier. I'll Counter Blast 1. I will put 1 card from my hand into the soul in order to call out 3 cards from my soul with different grades. I'll call out my Rising Dragon. I'll call out Friend of the Netherworld Lin. And I'll call out Jovial Juggler. Jovial Juggler has the skill where if I'm choosing cards from soul from my Vanguard's ability, she can be treated as grade 0. So these are all 3 different grades. I'll activate first the skill of my Rising Dragon to put in this order from my hand into soul in order to draw 1. Then I'll use the skill of Lin. Whenever she is placed, I can look at the top 2 cards from my deck and I can put one on the bottom of the deck and put the other one into the soul. Then I'll activate the skill of my Jovial Juggler in order to put in my Lin into the soul. Then choose one unit and call it out. That activates the skill of Lin yet again. I look at the top 2 cards of my deck. I put one on the bottom of my deck and I put one into the soul. Finally, since you're on grade 3, the units that I called out from soul get an additional 5k power from my Vanguard. Additionally, my dragons get an additional 10k power if something was played from soul this turn. However, if 4 or more cards were placed from soul this turn, they get an additional 10k again. Then I'll use the skill of the Hurry and Join Silverthorn Servants from my soul. I can use this order from my soul by paying the cost of Counterblast 1. I can choose one of my units, and then whenever my Vanguard attacks, I can put that unit into soul and call out a card with Pale Moon as its clan. With this, I'll go into battle, and I'll attack your Vanguard for 30 with my Rising Dragon.
Guard for 28, 33.
Then I'll attack with my Vanguard. That'll activate the skill of my Rising Dragon. Thanks to the order, it'll go into soul, and then I'll call it out since it has the clan Pale Moon. I will not use its skill, but I will continue to attack your Vanguard for 13 and Twin Drive.
No guard.
First check, draw trigger. I'll draw 1, and I'll give my Rising Dragon an additional 10k power. Second check, critical trigger. I'll give my Vanguard an additional critical, and I'll give my other Rising Dragon an additional 10k power.
First. Second, draw trigger. I'll draw. My Vanguard will get 10k.
I'll attack your Vanguard with my Rising Dragon, boosted by my Jovial Juggler, for a total of 53.
PG.
Then I'll attack once again for another 53 with my other Rising Dragon, boosted by Lin.
No guard.
At the end of the turn, the card that was pulled out by the skill of Lin goes into soul. In addition, I can choose 2 cards from my field with a Lukier skill to put them into soul in order to draw 1. I'll pass turn.
I will get 3 energy. I'll draw 1. And I'll Persona Ride. Draw for the Persona Ride. So I'll Energy Blast 7, so I can draw 1. I'll call Blue Hair Prodigy to give my Vanguard 10k. I also overcall to play Aurealis. I'll use her skill to counterblast and search for a grade 2 or less with Lusoar in its name. And put it to my hand. I'll call Kalmina in this back row circle. Then I'll counterblast 1 for my Vanguard skill. Pull out 2 grade 2 or less cards with Lusoar in their name. I'll use the skill of Aurealis to rest her. I'll choose a card from my drop to put into soul, and it gives my Vanguard another +5. And then I also get another +5 from the Vanguard skill. Okay. I will stand up.
Vanguard.
I'll draw. I'll discard so I can ride. Grade 1. And
Okay. Alright, I think for once, the stream worked as it's supposed to. Chat is on screen. Transition works. I pressed the button a little too early, but everything's a-okay. I made the transition over to regular OBS successfully, I think. I set up a bunch of the stuff earlier today.
and we should be good finally. So I'm making more use of the stream deck that Kugi gave me like 50 Christmases ago, which is good. So we're all good to go. Here's a mess. Sorry. Music really loud for me. There you go. Now you can chat. Nice. Was it not letting you before? Iris, open the door. No! They don't know where I live. I hate my glasses so much, man. I don't know what it is that I do that they always get smudged up and dirty. Like, I swear, I never touch them with my hands, and it just does it anyways. Yeah, shoutouts don't work the same as they do on YouTube, so I had to put in the like key thing at the end of it, because I can't just be like, oh, check out this channel or whatever. So I didn't look into how that works on YouTube yet. It is indeed time to card, right? How you doing, Basil? No surprise, Punk Rocker Fish is not available. Yeah, regretfully. Have to wait until the stupid card of the day tonight, I guess. When am I getting Helldivers 2? I already have it. You know this. You literally know this because I was tweeting about it not working on my computer. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you ask me about that? How dare you? I went and got a whole ass new CPU to play that stupid ass game, and you have the audacity to ask me when am I playing that shit? How dare you? Yeah, I got a new CPU yesterday, and then I was smart for a second because I tried to put it on and I used a little bit of thermal paste that came on the shitty fan that Intel gives you. And I was like, maybe that's enough. And then I turned it on and I was like, just to be safe, let's look at the temperature. Let's go to Firefox. Oh, 99 degrees Celsius from opening Firefox? Well, let's not. Let's wait till my thermal paste arrives. And I did that yesterday, so I'm all good to go. I actually got to play Helldivers for like 20 minutes yesterday with Randall's, so the game actually works now, which is good. Because before it would just crash. I would have it literally on the lowest settings, 30 frames, and it would just crash and it would just not work at all. So yeah, want to play Helldivers? Oh, unbelievable, unbelievable. I would say mods get them, but they're both mods, or at least Kugel is a mod. I haven't modded Pablo on this channel yet, but you like to chew thermal paste? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You want to dive into hell with me, Curly? I guess I'll have to find some time to actually play the game, because now I'm like, now that I'm so mad at the game because like I thought I was going crazy and my PC was ass because it like melted my whole shit. Like it was a travesty, but now that it's actually working, I have to actually try to enjoy it, I guess. Oh, it's 6 this week, yeah. Me too. Not calling out sick, but barely have any time. Do have a healthy amount of copium that Rotovisor is decently good out of the box? It is not. It is not. I already tested it. It is, unfortunately, Robo Boys, it is not a good deck. Not a good deck at all. I can give it another shot, but yeah, it's just kind of whack, but we'll see. I'm hot? Thank you. It is quite warm in here, not gonna lie. It's surprisingly popular in CFA. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe I just suck at deck building. I did a couple of test hands and it felt like pure ass. From the looks of it, looks like people are a bit split on the new Lyrical Girls. They can go suck my feet because they look cool. I don't know if they're any good, but they look really, really cool. And I'm going to play them whether or not they suck or not. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm a lot more Rotovisor than Blandby? That's interesting. My brother, you better be clean. I think I have a Docs one. I have to set up one for Cloud though. But I think I have a Docs one? That, or I said I was going to make one and I didn't make one. Maybe I didn't make one. Okay, I lied. Let me check. I could have swore I set one up. Commands, custom. Oh, that's what it's called. So I didn't actually set one up, but I made this. Which oh, it doesn't work anymore. Damn it. Damn it, that sucks. I had it's a dad joke thing on Nightbot, so I put it as a docs joke, but the server's down for it, I guess. That's unfortunate. Damn. Oh well. The deck is not completed. Rotovisor? Yeah. Definitely not. Problem with D-Nova is that without Excel markers, multi-attacks aren't shoot threatening. They just need better units that actually do something. Specifically, like better Rotovisor units, if anything. More if you don't get back from work. Alright. Good luck with that, y'all. I like the new logo, especially the grade 3 effects. Yeah, I love it. I don't know about the effects per se because I haven't played them, but it just seems like Michu, but with more steps, kind of. So. People also said drag connector sucks because it's a no multi-attack Vanguard. Technically it is. Technically it is because you can get 4 attacks. Yeah, that's one of Fall Savior. What did the Scarecrow say to get promoted or do to get promoted? He was outstanding in his field. It's one of those jokes where I had to like think for a second. I'm just like, oh. That's how you know it was a dad joke. It's a classic, yeah, because he keeps drugging Batman. I'm just waiting for Glory in the Blood at this point. I don't know if we're actually be getting those, so you might be waiting for a bit while, buddy. I don't know if they're gonna do that, to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see. I still say my theory about us getting Tsukiyumi, who I keep calling Amaterasu. Tsukiyumi set 3 is like 99% confirmed. Not really, but I have a lot of strong evidence that I've made up to make myself sound good. But I think it's a good chance it'll happen. Non-faded archetype smarter choice, huh? Did I just pick up the non-faded archetype smarter choice as opposed to blood or it says the man that loves encounters? I don't know about that, but all right, let's go into the news. I have to find a better segue into that because I think that like Keemstar says that, and I would rather live my whole life not sounding like Keemstar. So we'll come up with something catchy eventually. But what are your thoughts that the Bang Dream Collab is coming to US in May? Will it can I keep up with the Divine Stack? They kind of did in Japan. They saw like some relevancy. I woke up this morning and saw it, and like for some reason thought it said set 3 and got really mixed up. Either I saw a picture of set 3 in a different post, or because it was like 6 in the morning and I'm just stupid and hallucinated and I wasn't thinking coherently yet. So I got really upset about that because it's just like, god damn, that's a long time. But it's actually coming in set 1 of Divines as opposed to set 13, which isn't so bad. The decks will still be good, right? They're still pretty good. Mygo, I think, was a good counter, or was it Morphonica? I forgot which one. One of them was a good counter to Shiranui. Whether or not it'll actually see play in English is a different story because there's just so much shit going on, right? Like there's the trial deck bosses, which I don't think any of them are going to see play, unfortunately, aside from like me and like everyone else in this chat maybe. Then there's the like 6 new decks that we get in Divines, followed by then also Mygo. So it's just like it's a lot. And Morphonica being like the slightly less popular of the two, because Mygo saw a lot more tops. So we'll have to wait and see. What is this paper? That's my mail. You guys don't see my spam mail that I get about cards that I can't afford. How about Stand Up? The headlines. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's a good one. Poor Batman. Maybe I just went to therapy instead of Halloween cosplaying on a nightly basis. I mean, he's doing God's work. What do you mean? He's being a vigilante. You don't like Batman either? I can't with you. I can't. I just can't. Many people invest so much on Varga and get ambushed by schoolgirls. I don't think they have a good matchup into Varga, to be honest. But alright. So we have a lot to catch up on because I couldn't stream Tuesday. I had to get my whole CPU and computer sorted out. But now that's all good to go. So we can commence the streaming. I have to move this, correct the borders a little bit, but we can do that some other time. So first things first. Since everyone in this chat generally plays Starkea minus Pablo and Docs. Since always this becomes a Starkea off, we'll have a couple of Starkea things to talk about real fast. So we have ourselves Friendly Broccoli here. This says, when is this placed on rear from hand? If you have a token, you can counterblast one draw. Pretty solid. You play Caldane? Oh yeah, that is true. You do play Caldane, yeah. I usually forget anything else you've played and just assume Prison. But then it also says Rear and Guardian. If you have a token, this gets 5k shield and power. This is a nifty little card. I don't think it needed to be a double rare per se, to be honest. I can't think of anything that would make this double rare worthy. Because like this is not gonna see play, I don't think, to be honest. In the token decks that I'm thinking in my head, I don't think we'll see any play. The only deck I think this maybe would see play in is maybe Leonorn, but I could be wrong about that. You played Green Deco for like a week. You had to gear up Aurora, damn. Just when we're about to get the promo. Yeah, I don't see this being played in Aurora, even though he doesn't use as much counterblast, but I don't think you want to. I don't remember how the cycler works if it uses counterblast, but probably not for Claudine. Claudine's a weird one because of the fact that she doesn't really want any attackers for the most part, because she wants to restand her tokens to get extra attacks, right? Granfia likes something like this. Granfia already has Darian. Granted, this is a earlier turn Darian, so yeah, they could probably use this. It gets an extra 5k. I don't know if it has space for this, so Granfia is probably the deck that would like this the most out of all the token specific decks. You know, Granfia is gonna need several new toys that Leonard doesn't steal again. Yeah, Rosarium and the Dragon Luster Impact, they don't work as good in Granfia as I expected them to be. But it's screaming Granfia support. It is, yeah. Where's the resident Granfia player? The one Granfia player? He went MIA. The one time we talk about Granfia, Basil's not here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this has to be a double rare. It's very generic, but it's just none of the decks want to play this. But I could be wrong. Like, it's definitely a solid little card. So I don't want to write it off. I just can't see an immediate use for this just because those token decks have their specific riggers that they want already. But then we have ourselves finishing move, Seed Machine Gun, which is a blitz order that, you know, everyone's kind of been talking a lot about. And I kind of see it and kind of don't see it, but I could be wrong. The problem with current Granfia is that you could just play Leonard instead, kind of, yeah, essentially. Definitely need something to separate it from Leonard in terms of just having, you know, that type of playstyle. But it could, what I think Granfia needs to focus more on is using the plank gauges as like more of a resource, because I always thought that was a cool part of Granfia, but he doesn't really tap into that right now. This is prices for Lascaria. Yes, it is. This is definitely going to be great for her, presumably. It definitely works really well because she countercharges when you use this, so it basically makes this free. In fact, you shouldn't run this in Milano, shockingly, I know, but the Illusionary Mothra was not good in Milano. Why should we not run this? Can't use this blitz? Why not? And I'm going to pick the deck up and join the family. Good. Sometimes the obvious pick card isn't an obvious example. It's terrible in Las Carias, but not for the reason you think. Just tell me. Stop reading like a clickbait article and tell me why it's not good. Damn, bro. Alright, so this is a blitz order. It's a grade 3 blitz order. Oh, I thought this was grade 2. That kind of sucks a little bit. But you choose one of your units to be an attack, they get 10k power. Then your Vanguard gets the ability that if either your opponent's front row stands, unit, so it counts the Vanguard, or something's placed on rear, doesn't count the Vanguard, your Vanguard gets 5k power to the end of the turn. So that's kind of nifty, you know. Anyone tries to extend, it gives it 5k power. I don't think the 5k power is really that much, to be honest. People are making a huge deal about it, but I think it might be some implications for premium. I don't know. I think it's fine, but I don't know if this is really going to make a huge difference in most cases. Valeno is too CB heavy. This wants to be used ASAP. You want to use the Lascadia Blitz before you use the regular Blitz? Sure. Her CC for Valeno units, not order, since there is the theme Blitz requires you to use it first. Sure. If you use this, it has to be against the first attack of the turn. Now you can't spam the Blitz. Not really. Not entirely. Not entirely. That's not entirely true, because most situations, for I think the mass majority of decks, you won't believe why people won't use this play. Blitz, click to see more. That's what it felt like. Sup, show. I imagined to play premium yesterday. It was fun. You imagine? Taking your imagination to a whole new level in card fight. But for most decks, the pattern is rear, Vanguard, rears restand for the majority of decks, or Vanguard restands. So I feel like you can use this, right? Because you can use this. You can use the Valeno, right? Assuming you don't have all four. Assuming you only have 2 of them, you can use this like maybe on the Vanguard swing, and then it gets the power. But I guess if it, most of them restand at the end of the Vanguard attacking, so it'll work for those at that point. So you can easily block those. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's completely that written off. The way the Valeno works is you use it, then it enables 1+ Blitz. If you throw regular Blitz, you're screwed. Yeah, but you don't have to use it first. Because I can't think of anything outside of Flagbird off the top of my head that instantly stands the rear guard before a Vanguard attack, right? So you'll basically get in, you know, you'll be able to use the Blitz on the first, like on 2 other attacks before that, is what I imagine, right? Like the only thing I can think of is not getting you values against something like Flagbird. That's one deck, right? So I don't know about it locking you out of the Blitz, because like again, unless you always have 4 in your hand and you're just that good every single game, then yeah, sure, you probably don't want this. But I figured on average you'd probably have like 2 and then use this as the last one. But I manage. Okay, I was about to say, damn. You had a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck showcase. I mean, we have a bunch of dragons, not specifically with blue eyes. Some of them are white. But aside from tamming, the CB is pretty bad IMO in Valeno, but you countercharge 1 though, so it makes this free? I don't know. Most of the stand and call rears do so when the Vanguard attacks, so you'll have to use this before the Vanguard attacks. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, it depends. Some of them do, some of them are after. A good amount, I feel like, are at the end of the battle. But, you know, there are some of them that are as soon as the Vanguard attacks, but even then, like, there's still 2 attacks, presumably, that you'll be able to use the Valeno Blitz on and then use this, or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. Prison Set 2? Prison Set 2 will do what? I think this card shouldn't be played because I don't like watermelons. How do you not like watermelons? Why do you guys always come in here saying you don't like stuff? How do you not like watermelon? What's wrong with watermelons, bro? God damn. You don't like anything. You don't like strides. You don't like blitz orders. You don't like counterblasting for a blitz order. Y'all don't like encounters. Come on, man. Watermelons is just like refreshing. It's cold. You can get them seedless now because we freaking grew them up. You don't like the fruit states, bro. Watermelon don't even have that much of a taste. It's not even, there's not even that much to taste. Man, alright, whatever. I don't feel that strongly about watermelons to argue for them, but alright. I don't know. Y'all say this sucks in Veleno. I overall don't think this is amazing because it is Counterblast 1, and I don't think the 5k is enough to warrant it, but I still think it's nifty, especially for a common of all things, right? So the fact that we're discussing a common is revolutionary ground on its own, right? Like Celegion though? Is that the dog? Or are you trying to say collagen? It's essentially like zero mechanics in the TCG. Not really, because this is when they use an effect, not when you get hit. Right? You get the damage buff if you got hit. This is as soon as they try to hit you, you get 5Ks. So I guess there's a relationship, but not really. Or there's a connection, but not really. Pattern of comments that probably won't see play, but have Murr continued. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The drag connector or whatever it's called, the one that lets you restand the or gets 10k when your Vanguard restands, that's a common. That's gonna see play. Some of these comments are seeing play. I don't know, man. But alright. That's enough fun. The Hisatsu something. I don't know. I forgot how to say machine guns in Japanese. But alright. Next up, let's take a look at, I was gonna say another common, but no, this is a double rare. Self-Dragging Emu. This guy says, on place, Energy Blast 3. Choose the same number of your opponent's rear guards equal to the number of set orders in their order zone. Not you. Fuck your orders. Their order zone. Retire them. This is the funniest card in the world. Because it only works against very certain decks. I did a whole tier list on Twitter. On what it actually affects. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's just really funny how this works out. That it affects your opponent specifically. This would have been a lot better if the second skill was a little bit more playable. Because it says, or if it like let you do your set order. Not that there's a lot of Dragon Empire decks that use set orders, maybe like 3 or something like that, right? But it says when this attacks, if your opponent is grade 3 or greater and they have no rear guards, like come on, no whole ass rear guards to get 10k, like Lafayette or whatever. She just needs an empty column. This motherfucker asked for whole ass empty board. Like that's too much. That's just too much. That's just too dang much, man. I don't know. Forget about Drag Connector so fast. As soon as the Manga Sky Thing deck was revealed, I don't see people talking about that either. There's just been so much like hype shit. So it'll all come up once a set actually comes out. More no worries about this, dude. Yeah, I guess you technically place that orders in that. I heard people saying that they were dropping that once they get that new card that gives you power for like grade zeros or something like that. But yeah, this guy's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny little card. I didn't think they'd actually make something that interacts with your opponent's set orders, but I'm glad they're finally doing something like that. I'm still hoping that I get like a Barrel Magus that like sucks in set orders or something like that, but one can dream. I don't know why Dragon Empire has more retire conditions like grade, row, etc. compared to non-Dragon Empire cards, even though those retire the nation. They are retire the nation, yeah. Like some of these restrictions are so damn high for no reason. They're a lot more feasible than they seem, right? Because, you know, you slap this into some decks that retire one, he retires another one that might already give you the condition, but it just seems like a lot to have 0. 0 seems like too much just for 10k. If this was like 20, 15, I'd be like, all right, that's okay, but 0, I don't feel like a lot. I don't know how much the meta has shifted with Varga being able to retire so easily, where you know, like back before when like Bruce was out and they printed Leonard, people just stopped playing grade 1s at some point. Because it's like, the fuck am I gonna play this grade 1 for? They're just gonna attack into it, kill it, use it on hit to like spawn another thing. So people for like between like set 2 to like set 4-ish, they stopped kind of playing grade 1s unless they really needed to. But I don't think anything like that works as much. So I don't know if there's like more protection on your front row or anything like that. Like if you're using more like stuff that vanishes, or I don't think people really care too much. Since Gandiva got shot in the face and there's just nothing you can really do against Shiranui, so I don't know. This reminds me of those cool Duel Masters cards that countered other colors. You should probably use MTG as an example, but I have -5 experience in MTG, me less. Like the Gryandra Grade 1 Griffin should be able to retire anything. What is the restriction on that one again? Oh yeah, that one was really stupid. It was like Grade 1 back row. So yeah, I'm already counterblasting. Like, come on. But whatever. So you're fine against it for the most part until you get, you know, you can play cards that retire back row, but there's also cards now that retire. To play around there, well, move forwards, that's it, yeah. I love that I can counter this by using every meter I have. Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically. But, fun little dude. Then we have ourselves this. I have all the carded today's from so far, and then both the streams. So then we have ourselves here Smiling Bombardment. Schwanma? I'm not sure. Schwanma. She looks pretty cool. Her effect, kinda ass. Shawarma. Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling to say shoe other than just saying Schwan. Schwanma. And it just sounds like Swarma. But her effect is a little ass for rare. Like, we have commons, I feel like have better effects than this. But it's not a horrible effect. So when you attack a Vanguard, counter blast, energy blast 4. Your opponent chooses one of their rear guards retires, and this gets only 5k. If they didn't retire, you soul charge 2. Like, okay. Bro, support you soul charges 3. Bro, Curtis does that for free. And he's a grade 3. And I can counterblast 2 to give my front row 5k, which, you know, is a huge cost, but like, that's bigger payoff than this. What do I want to retire a rear guard in barrow specifically, bro? I'm putting that shit in your soul. Fuck that. I don't care where that motherfucker goes. Like, I'm sure there's some niche cases where I would rather not go into soul, but like, to play a whole ass grade 3, that energy blast 4, nah, I'd rather use my, I think it's energy blast 3 on the new guy. That's my new best friend. This card should give you a, this card should give you all effect, to be honest. Yeah, or it should have been bigger. They should have gone bigger to make this playable. Like, this should have been power 10k, right? That would have made it, you know, energy blast 4 for 10k power. I think that's pretty reasonable, right? I think we can agree. Energy blast 4, your opponent chooses a rear guard to retire, and you get 10k. I think that's like fair. That's not crazy, right? Or they should have made this like soul charge 3 at least, or something like that, right? 2, we already have cards that do that. Right, that can soul charge 2 or something like that, so it's just not really that worth it. The Barrow gets a card with energy blast cost, so it doesn't horribly clash with the card's current cost. Take notes, grade 1 I thought was triple R worthy. We'll get to that in a second, but yeah, I can't see a situation where this really matters. I guess you can play this in what's his name? You technically, this is Favnio support, right? And this is also possibly both of these support. Favnio wants, you know, high levels, and you can also retire. So then that triggers the effect to like put something into from hand to soul draw 1. So technically this is Favnio support. And you can also play this in both of these because they need better rear guards. They have no way to use grade 3 rear guards. They have no way to use energy that I can think of. So, okay. But we'll move on. We have this grade 1 that I've been keeping an eye out because I was just like, oh, he was in the episode and they didn't reveal him. Turns out all he does is get 5k attack and shield. Unfortunate, considering he has such a cool ass name, bro. Mind Hacker. And look at him, bro. He looks so cool. He got the cape. He got the face mask, bro. He got the hair. He got the fucking electricity, bro. The green. Motherfucker got a tail, I guess. Like, cool as hell. 5k attack and shield. Which I really like these 5k attack and shield cards a lot. You know, I like that they're splashing in 5k shield on like every card nowadays, right? And I really like these a lot. But for Vladimir, you don't need this at all. You can play a bunch of other stuff. Some of the other decks, right, it's pretty good to play these kind of things, but like it's still fine. I would rather play some other stuff. I thought this was gonna be the restander. That would have been cool, yeah, if this was originally the restander instead of the gear guy, Zagmog or whatever the heck. That is a Caballero with Mandarin orange on head. Thank you for stopping by. I'd like to get to the point where I can say that really fast, consistently. Like, oh yeah, that's true. Caballero with Mandarin orange on head had a really good point there. Just within conversation. Hey, Red, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, so this looks super cool. Wish it had a slightly different effect for this art, but hey, it's fine. It's fine. It's a decent low common. You can definitely play this in Blackmire. There's better options, but 13k booster doesn't hurt. It's also an attacker in case you need it. 10k shield, pretty good. Mandarins are also good fruit. I love mandarins a lot. Much better than oranges. I'm not a big fan of oranges at all. Mandarins and like tangerines, I don't really know the difference. I really like those a lot because they're smaller, they're tartar. Oranges are a lot like rounder and like sweeter, but they don't ever feel as sweet to me, so I don't really like them as much. You just pissed off the last YouTuber. Possibly. Doing good. Black commons kind of mid though. Sadly, yeah. Like it's just there's better options to play. Like this is fine. You know, it depends how the build is gonna go. If you don't want to pay for the Bifrons, if she's gonna be expensive, this is a decent option because it's gives you good shield, good attack. It's a solid card. No, she won't fix Fireberg. Let's see. I think that's what's up next. Yeah. So this we're doing some catch up. We're doing some catch up from the Tuesday stream. This is Hikaru's voice actor. I will not say any more words. We're just gonna move on. First up, you got Flagward support, which is really the only thing you revealed that stream because the rest of the stream was for Shadowverse, the collab with Vanguard, which I don't have slides for, so we won't go over that. But we got Flagberg support here in Bold Brave Shooter, who has just one skill that is continuous, which is really nice. That if you have Flagberg, you can have him get boosts, really good, 10k booster, and after it attacks, after it attacks or boosts, you can put this to soul to give someone else 5k. I actually think this card is really good. You know, whether or not it fixes and it gives Blackbird all it needs, that's a whole different argument. But I actually think this is a really good card, way better than the grade 1. Way better than the grade 1. I think it's actually a really good, solid card. I think it's actually a lot better than people are giving it credit for. I suspect Curly doesn't like time traveler plots. Considering one of my favorite Power Rangers is Time Force, you might be incorrect. He's okay, I guess. I think he's pretty good. Again, I don't think it makes Blackbird 2-0 or it fixes it or whatever. I'm not saying that. I think this is pretty good because of one, the fact that he's continuous, right? So it's not auto on place, whatever. So you can play this turn 2, pressure your opponent a little bit. I think that's where Blackbird struggles a lot right now, where everything is locked till turn 3 until you have Flagberg, right? Even Inlet Pulse is locked to turn 4 technically if you're going first, right? It's locked to your opponent being grade 3. So it has really no early game aside from like tokens, but it doesn't really jive as well in a deck. So this gives you something that you can just throw out and pressure your opponent. Fine, whatever. But then it also allows you to move it back and boost. So this gives you a really nice big column because it's a 10k booster. So that's kind of nifty in and of itself, right? You know, your opponent, between all these attacks, they can hit a trigger, then your attacks don't hit. But now this basically is the same power as a trigger, literally, so it gets over that. But it's pretty good. Then he goes into Soul. So then now you have another thing that goes into Soul. Not only does it remove itself from the field, so, you know,
I can't really think of any other situations, like in a Gandiva matchup or whatever the case may be, when you want to like not have them retire your units. He goes into soul, you have something else that gets soul, right? So now you can double, you can do Inlet Pulse and Alquix, or I'm just gonna call her Alex. You can do both of them basically for free, quotations, because Inlet Pulse refunds himself, and now this refunds. I gotta stop talking with my hand so much. This refunds the Alex, right? And on top of that, it gives a unit 5k, which is pretty sick. So you can give this to Flagberg. Flagberg becomes 28k. He already gets 10k, right? So now it becomes 28k. So that's a much better power cap for him to hit. He does get power, right? I'm not just making that shit up, right? Am I making that shit up? It's like draw, get 10k, retire 3, and then get let's see. Let me see. I just gotta make sure here. He doesn't get 10k. Okay, he does. Yeah, so now he becomes 28, so he hits a much better power ceiling. So I think this guy's really solid. Again, I don't know if it fixes the deck. That's a different question, you know, entirely. But I think it's pretty good. Not gonna lie, the soul's the best part. Yeah, counteracts the grade 1's cost if you're playing that, which we'll get into that in a second. If you're playing that. The idea is that this comes with the grade 1, but needing those two cards together makes it not good design. Misty Arc is good in Flagberg, right? It is and it isn't. This gives you a reason to play Misty Arc, but you know, it makes Misty Arc more validated. The reason Misty Arc isn't so good is because the only thing you really want to call is maybe your Price Shooter, maybe your Alex, but then you don't want her to die. Maybe your Ascendance Assault, but then you also don't want that to die early. So then you would have to basically wait until turn 3 to use them, right? Because you don't, those are your combo pieces, you don't want to lose them. So Misty Arc isn't the worst, but it's just you don't have as many things that you can use as early in the Flagberg, which is why I'm saying this is pretty good. You probably, typically I think they probably use both now, I don't know. But I think you use more of like the other stuff that calls stuff back from drop. So you can like recycle your Inlet Pulse specifically, right? And stuff like that. So whenever they attack or you intercept or whatever, what have you, you can get access to that more instead of just constantly digging into your deck. But digging into your deck is always good. My flag is still broken. I don't know about all that. Maybe broken in shambles and how he hasn't been treated well. Yeah, he's broken in that sense, sure. So that is the grade 2. I think the grade 2 is pretty good. What I don't think is great is the grade 1 that we got. Not so great, to be honest. I'll have to test this and think about this a little bit more, but not the greatest card. To be honest. Let's forget Inlet Pulse does something beyond draw. Yeah. He actually has a skill that specifically denotes Flagberg. Yes. That's what you meant, but Flagberg community learned how I felt reading the Great Nature stuff in the first Beacon collection when I read this card. Yeah. So first of all, this has 2 skills. This is Battle Siren. Whew, man, they're killing me with these names today. Elfactoria. Elfactoria. Elfteria. She says on place from hand, energy charge 2. So first off, I think this part is gonna be kind of nuts. Do I not have it on? There we go. Okay. I think this part here is gonna be kind of nuts, right? That the fact that you can just energy charge on place seems pretty nuts to me. I don't know. Right? I don't know. That seems kind of nuts. I feel like you can probably do some crazy stuff with this, where this is eventually going to be broken in some kind of loop because of the fact that you can like use energy for something, bounce her to hand, play her again, get energy, do the thing again. I don't know. And it's also not locked to anything. So that part is kind of interesting. The fact it actually is actually really good, but the cost is what murders her beyond belief. Because of the first skill, I think she'll cease playing Christianos or Jorgen Nadir. The thing is that both of those call from drop. This has to be played from hand specifically. It would make sense to play those in those decks, but it'll be a dead card after that, which is kind of an issue. So it'd have to be something very specific, but just something interesting. To keep note, right? If you ever think like, there is only a way I can energy charge 2. This is the card for it.
Then the second skill says that at the beginning of your battle phase, if you have a grade 3 or greater tier dragon, so this counts as Maelstrom support, you Soul Blast 1, choose one of your units, and it gets that when it attacks, it gets 5k until the end of the turn. So I realized, okay, hold on. I didn't know this was at the beginning of the battle phase. I thought it was like after a boost. So this actually says that it gives it the ability that when it attacks, it gets 5k. So you can give this to Ascendant Assault or Alex, and she'll swing in first attack. It'll be 15 instead of 10. Second attack is 20. Right? No. First attack is 15. Then she resends and she gets another. Second attack becomes 25. Right? Because first attack, this procs. She gets 5. Second attack procs, she gets another 5, and then she gives herself 5 from restanding, so it becomes 25. So that's pretty decent. Power that up with the booster, you know, that's a 35k attack there before Flagbird. That's not half bad. But yeah, the big issue is the fact that she's Soul Blast 1. That's a lot of soul, baby. That's a lot of soul. That's like maybe 3 soul per turn, 2 soul per turn to get this off. So that's kind of rough. But the fact that this is like, this stacks or it activates multiple times is kind of cute. But yeah, this is kind of rough. Unless you like drop Alex and go with like some sort of like big power build or something like that, where you focus on CB more or something like that, or drop Inlet Pulse, you can consider this. So that's kind of interesting. It's a little bit better than I originally thought. A little bit. The ultimate problem with both cards is that technically they do good effects, but they're not addressing the deck's root problems, and Alpha even doubles down on the existing problem. Yeah, the USB draws came in nice. Talking about Maelstrom, do you think Bushi is going to do something similar to what they did with MLB, PBO, and the End? That's what everyone keeps saying. Everyone keeps saying we're going to get either some combination of the Blood, Platinum Ezel, Glory Maelstrom, Venus Lukier, right? Everyone thinks that something like that is gonna happen. I don't know, to be honest. I doubt it. I feel like they would have mentioned something like that. My next guess is still Tsukiyumi, just because it makes a lot of sense with the Shadowverse collab and both sets coming out at the same time, right? But with Dayusha in the mix, they usually try to sort of pair those cards up to an extent, sort of. Set 8 kind of threw us for a loop because technically, like, Maelstrom and Lukier, they were in the same, Asia circuit. No, actually, no. There were Limit Break units, but they weren't in Asia circuit. No. I don't think Asuka did anything in Asia circuit. Because she didn't get Lukier until, when did she get Lukier? Oh, I don't remember now. Maybe it was Asia Circuit. Because Lukier came out set 7, so maybe she did use it in Asia Circuit. I just don't remember. Okay. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I was right the first time, yeah. So they were both Asia Circuit. Minerva wasn't. Minerva was a weird one. So I don't know where Minerva came from. Technically, Misaki wasn't playing any Limit Break stuff, if I remember correctly. She was still playing Tsukiyumi. They didn't want to give us Tsukiyumi for some reason, so they gave us Minerva instead. Which is, fine. But, it's kind of strange. And then we got set 11, we got more Asia Circuit stuff, right? We got Ezel and the Blood, or Vermilion. So presumably we'll be getting Link Joker stuff next, right? But instead they went back. They went back to set 3 now, which is kind of funny because they skipped around in the English release. They went back to set 3 for Dayusha. So I honestly don't know what they're gonna do. My best guess is Tsukiyumi. I don't think that they'll dedicate a set to the upgrades, because I don't think it's as iconic. They did that because they all came out in that specific set, and there was a 5th set, so on and so forth. But we'll see. I don't think they won't do it, but I don't think it's happening for set 3. Castbreaker and Sander, let's go. That's 100% happening, unfortunately. It won't happen now because Dayusha is taking that slot, but I would say next year. Next not the next encounter set, but the one after that, it's gonna be Chaos Breaker, 100%. Set 7 Pale Moon was still good stuff. Pale Moon, yeah, got a lot of good pieces there. I'd be surprised if they were dumb enough to do lock. Clearly not learning a single thing from the past. I mean, they're not gonna do it anytime soon, so it'll be fine. It won't be that big of a deal. We already have lock, and it hasn't done anything. I got a package. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry, it's been raining all day. I don't have my troop on. It's been raining all day, so I have to make sure to get a package that, of course, they left out in the rain. That is fine. They will 100% do Chaos Breaker. The question is not will, but when. Yeah, I 100% am in the same sentiment. He is coming. Probably when they do like some sort of big like limit break, once they get done with like break ride or not break ride, whatever era of encounters they're doing right now, they'll do Chaos Breaker and like maybe some of those other later iconic units, but we'll have to see, because you know they have really no rules made. We try to ascertain the rules that they have for encounters, but they break them and make up new ones every single set, so who knows. Chaos Breaker until you get locked 3 cards every turn, just like y'all hyped Shiranui when it was revealed. No one hyped Shiranui when it was revealed, bro. I don't know what world you're living in. Everyone had immediate dread and panic when they revealed Shiranui and Luard. No one was excited about that except for the horrible people that like playing Shiranui. Spoilers, there will be no press removing those locks before the turn starts and have fun and not doing anything the entire game, or they could just rewrite how lock works, you know. They could just rewrite it like how it works in Vanguard 0, so it wouldn't be that big a deal. It's made of only encounters. Do you think a set made of only encounters would be good? Yeah, I mean that's basically the Crit Cross Epic sets for an extent, right? Because those only include encounters plus the Crit Cross Epic plus the manga stuff. If you're saying like a set that only includes the encounters period, they would have to do it where it's like where like maybe it's like a set that supports premium also or something like that. I don't know if they could do something that only supports premium standard encounters. I don't know how that would work out, to be honest, and where they would fit that into their schedule. They would have to have a lot more encounters to make that happen, I think, but I don't know. I'm not scared of Triangle Locked. I'm scared of what kind of power creep the game needs to be to get past it. We just get unlockers, or we just get ways to bounce cards on circles to hand, or we get resist. It's fine. We've been through Lock. We know how to play against it. Right? They know how to print cards that work against it. It'll be fine. Encounters period. Yeah, I don't know. It did have to have a lot of encounters. And they're not really into doing like side sets like that as much, so it'd be kind of tough. They're not doing things to solve the problem with lock. Yeah, but this was like 30 years ago. 30 years ago, we'll be fine. We can play around lock now. Eyelashes. But yeah. On this girl, I don't know. I feel interested on working on this a little bit more now that I learned how to read and notice that she kind of gives it the skill. I thought she just Soul Blast to give something 5k, but still not that good. Still think the Great Tree is a lot better. But with that, we'll move on to the this morning stream with the girls that I enjoy a lot because they're really cool. They're not schoolgirls, and they look cool as fuck. cards that do other stuff and have to unlock on the side. Yeah. But they don't have to do unlockers specifically. That was just sort of like a band-aid. They could just have effects that, again, like resist or put cards into soul or whatever. Goes full buddy fighting card design. Isn't that what you guys say they do every single set? Every single card reveal? That's what you guys say, that it's a buddy fight thing? So, I don't know how much more buddy fight they can go. Is this deck automatically dead? Does this deck die automatically at prison? I mean, yeah, so does Vanguard, and Vanguard still exists as a deck, so. But technically, you can also play more copies of it in the main deck if you really want to, because you have ways to, like, I think, search it out. But this is going to be Flame G, is what we're going to call. Accused cost was locked 2, so you'd use unlock to pay the cost again. That's kind of cool, actually. That's pretty cool. But alright. We got ourselves here Flame G Berkelea. She looks cool, hot as fuck. She is the main star of the deck, which is interesting because she's a grade 0 with you know, just a grade 0 with no effect. So that's kind of funny. But yeah, she's kind of the star of the show. We'll see. This is just smug aura. Yeah, that's probably why I like her so much. I like her and the grade 1 for Leonor because they have that like smug look. I love it so much. How do you pronounce this? I thought Japanese stream pronounce it more weirdly. Possibly. I'm just saying flame because that's literally an A. It's just upside down. I don't know what the G is supposed to be. We're just gonna call them flame G's. That's it. Flame Gram or something like that. Gram. That's such a... Of all the things that G could stand for, Gram is probably the least coolest out of all of them, to be honest. I haven't got a hard kills Valeno. I found out the hard and painful way. Yeah, I mean, we saw that coming, but that's alright. Until that deck gets support in set 4, but we'll see. I'm calling this the Flaming deck. Yeah, I forgot what I was calling it. Because there's some like Yu-Gi-Oh deck that is like something... Flameville. I kept calling this Flameville in my head because I just saying flame sounds so weird. Flame G, I don't really like it either, but all right. So that's grade 1. That's grade 0. This is the grade 1. The grade 1 I think has my favorite art out of all of them. She looks so sick. She has 2 skills. She's also probably the best card in the whole deck. Should be Generation, Flame Generation. I would like that a lot better. That'd be a lot cooler. It'd be really long, and it would make sense to abbreviate that, right? They could even call it like Flame GX or Flame GN. No, but yeah, they could have done something. No card that stops time yet, just yet. But yeah, we have Flame G, Flameville, Flaming, Flamegram, Joanna here, or Jonah here, I should say. When you ride a grade 3 over this, you choose herself and the grade 0, call them out to soul, and then put them back into soul. That's really nice. You can get 3 attacks, 2 attacks, you know, have some aggro early. Really nifty skill. Then it says, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if you have a Vanguard that is Flame G Burka, Counterblast, retire this to countercharge 1. So that's this girl. So at the end of the battle that this unit attacks, I don't know if I have a typo. I could have sworn it was when the Vanguard attacks, but no. So it's at the end of the battle that this attacks, you retire to countercharge. That's interesting. Vanguard doesn't have cards that gain crit if there's pudding on the table or search an order if you're an element. What? Did you have a stroke? What are you talking about? Anyways, then next up we have Flame G Belt. This is the grade 2. She has a really cool skill that says when you ride over her with any grade 3 with the Flame G name, you if you have the grade 0, you draw 2, put a card on the bottom of your deck. That's a nifty. Put over trigger back, put triggers back. Pretty nice. Junk 2, also pretty good. Put junk back, keep triggers to guard, however you want to play that. Then it says at the end of the battle of this unit attack, if your Vanguard is the grade 0, you Soul Blast, retire, or choose one of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. probably not gonna use that. Probably not gonna end up using that. But it's nice to have that option. It's interesting that, you know, Lyrical has 2 retires and they all play around the same theme, which is funny because of the fact that this is basically Michu the way it works once we get to the grade 3. So it's funny that both the decks in Lyrical that can retire are very similar to one another. So that's kind of funny. There's a buddy fight card that you can only use if you're in elementary school. Kids in your buddy fight. Although a blitz order that he reduces the attacker's crit by yelling that tacos are painful would be an instant staple. We learned from Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't have any of those cards. If I'm not mistaken, there's another one that only works if your Vanguard is your son. Yes. Every day I'm reminded of a buddy fight and this sun card. Every day. Then we got ourselves a Flame G Hroya here. This is the grade 3 main Vanguard. So this says, once per turn, you Soul Blast 1, search your deck or Soul for up to 1 Flame G, call it to rear, and if you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So you don't want to play the Vashbound in this because you want to keep your Soul. You want to keep your Ride Line. You probably don't want to play the Rabbit either. So that's nice because those are 2 really expensive staples you can't play in this deck. At least I think so. So that's kind of nice. I don't know if there's any other ways to get stuff into your Soul in Lyrical other than Soul Charging and like the what's her name? Well, that's the Ride Line, which you don't want to use because you want to use your Ride Line. So that's all right. Then the second skill is the kicker here. So after the Vanguard attacks, if you have 3 or more units with Flame G in their different names, so far it's only the Ride Line that has this name. So you would have to have 2 more units in order to do this. You Counterblast 1, choose the grade 0 from your Soul and ride it as Stan. Then it has this really weird thing where it loses all of its auto abilities, which only just says if rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. Would it have really been that bad if I went second and drew a card? Would that really have been the worst thing in the world? Like, come on, that's just fucking stupid. That's pretty stupid. But anyways, then it just gets 2k power for each card in you and your opponent's damage zone. I think this should have been 5k. I really think this should have been 5k. Because 2k, realistically, from a 6k Vanguard, right? You're starting out at 6k. If both you and your opponent have 5k damage, that's 20 max. So you're telling me that at the end of the game, I can only reach like 26. I can still be 1 card guarded, right? At the end of the game where both me and my opponent are 5 damage, unless I'm doing this math wrong. I'll pull out the calci, right? Because it's 2 times 5, right? And then it's that 10 times 2 plus the 6. This is 26. Like, 5 might have been a lot. Because that would have been like 60 something. But if both me and my opponent are at 5 damage, I think I'm allowed to have a big attack. I feel like most decks hit pretty big attacks at that point, right? So I feel like this should have just been 5. They went the baby route, went 2k, and I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, pretty interesting. You can ride into this girl, and it even says from drop. So you can Soul Blast out her, which is nice because there's a lot of decks that make you like switch, but you have to keep the original version, which is kind of annoying. But now you can literally Soul Blast her out for an effect and then just ride her again. So that's pretty nifty. Will you finish unintentionally? You were sent to horny jail now? No. Nope. I am immune for horny jail. Absolutely immune. Looks so confused there. Yeah, she has these like crazy looking eyes if you look at them really close. Looks like she's ready to step on you, begging for mercy. Possibly. It looks more like she's trying to give me the mic. But yeah. Looks like Shoko from Idolmaster. I don't know any of those things. Who is Shokyo? Is it not Kyo? Is it just Ko? Yeah, no Kyo, just Ko. that's a lot of different things, including Mario. What is an idol master? All right, that's a bunch of girls. All right, this is too much. This is too much. I can't. But I will reveal my fetish intentionally. My fetish is 100% kick-ass rocker girls. 110% girls in black rocking out, bro. That is 100% my fetish. I don't give a shit what anyone has to say. I don't care what the IRS has to say. This is my fetish. But then we go on. Is at least a better name than Bang Dream? I mean, I guess you put it that way. Then we got ourselves the support card. FBI open up. What? I can't like rocker girls? What the fuck? Bro, bring the FBI, bro. I'll show them. I'll show them this deck and they'll be like, I bet. Sounds good, kid. They look underage. Man, who cares? I'm not saying I'm gonna sleep with them. Right? I just said they look cool as hell. So it doesn't matter how old they are. I just hope they're not at least 12, because that would be weird that they're idols and singing at 12. But that's been done before with child stars, so come on. Next up we have Fly Up My Heart. Person. Lollies bad? Yes. Lollies are not into lollies. Not going to specifically characterize these. I don't think they're lollies, but that's not important. Every Seraph Snow main uses. We're not trying to fornicate with these inanimate non-living beings. I think it's fine. Officer right there. The officer's actually probably left chat to go play Helldivers, so you're shut out of luck. But alright. This is kind of nifty because when this goes on Guardian, this lets you put one of your Flame G's back into your deck. So you have to play these in main deck, otherwise they go to your ride deck, which might be fine. Either way. And this gets 10k shield, so this is a 15k shield, not half bad. It lets you recycle you know, this, mainly this, right? The counter charger is what you want to recycle. This one not as much, but you can technically recycle it if you want. So this is kind of nice, and it gives you the extra 10k shield. So whether or not this will end up getting played, I don't know. I don't know how important the recycle will be, but we'll see. You can also recycle your Persona rides, obviously, so pretty good. You can't really use. I gotta. Stupid heart keeps getting in the way. You can't really use the pink rat in this deck. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can't use the pink rat. You can't use Vash Blonde. I mean, I guess if you use this, you can actually use Vash Blonde, but then it goes into your ride deck, so then you can't make any use of it. I don't know if that's a good idea. So yeah, you can't use any of those two expensive staples, which is kind of nice. But you want more copies of the ride deck, which is good. Stop making ride deck cards dead. Make them actually have effects that do stuff in other decks. Please continue doing this. Love this a lot. This will also be super budget friendly. Yep. It doesn't have to be as involved as these, because these you have to play them in the main deck. Not that I mind that, but I just want ride deck cards that you actually play. Right, instead of just in the ride deck and that's it, and you have like 50 of them because they're commons, right? Give them another effect that I can consider using, even if it's budget or for real, right? You can use the set one cycle. Yeah, you can use that if there's no energy cost, which I don't know if there is. Yeah, there's no energy cost, and technically you're not super counterblast heavy. You have just counterblast 1, but you have a counter charger. So you can definitely play 4 of those. Absolutely. I don't expect any of the non-faded decks to cost anything. Probably not. I don't know. Andal did, I think, okay competitively, so, and I feel like a lot of people like him out of the most, or a lot out of those, so he might be the more pricier one. Veleno might also be expensive. I don't know, especially with set 2 stuff coming out, so we'll see. What if there was an extra deck beyond the G Zone? I wouldn't be a fan of that, just because of the fact that there's already so many different like piles of cards you have to have in Vanguard. I'm not against it mechanically, but I feel like there's just too much setup for Vanguard as it is, right? Because I have to have my ride deck, there's a G deck, there's Crest, there's the main deck, there's your starter. Like, it's a bit too much. But I wouldn't mind if like a specific deck has it, maybe, that lets you do stuff with it, but yeah. It would have to not be like, it'd have to be like, instead of riding, you call it out as like a unit or something like that, but then at the same point, those are basically tokens, right? So, I don't know. It costs a little thanks to you. Mega colony mains? Possibly, yeah. I'm not expecting that deck to be super cheap, but not super expensive, because they didn't see a huge amount of results, but definitely people like Veleno a lot, and people like Andal a lot. The stuff from set 2, I don't think is going to do too well unless they see a lot of crazy results, but we'll see. Yeah, this girl's pretty cool. Then we got ourselves Overcoming Countless Failures, Amdukia. Everyone had pretty normal names. And then it just got a little bit weirder after that. Like, this is just Belt, this is fucking Jonah, and then it's like Proja, Person, Amdukia. Poor girl. But Advisor is not going to be above $1? Probably not, unless I can find a way to break it. Or they announce set 3 support by the time or set 4 support by the time we get it in set 2. But or a promo. A promo will do it when they get that grade 1 promo, arena promo. But yeah, she says when this is placed, look at the top 3, choose up to 1 Flame G card, reveal it, put it to your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in order. That's kind of nuts for a rare. For free, +1. Look at top 3, add a card. Top 3 is kind of tight, right? You might not always hit this, but still pretty nifty. Put everything on the bottom of your deck in any order. Don't shuffle. You have a lot of like stacking on the bottom of the deck. Not a lot, but a decent amount, so not half bad. And then this also gets boost. Another 10k big booster. Pretty nice, pretty nice. It's also really good because you have to attack with the grade 1, right? Because this girl has to attack. So you want her to have a good booster that's not just 8k. So it makes it like a normal attack, which is pretty nice. Have you heard about Duel Masters? They have some really wacky stuff in the game. I have heard about Duel Masters. Is a grade 2 getting boosted a trend now? Somewhat. Yeah, they've been putting out a lot of cards, which is good. Yeah, I've heard about Duel Masters. I've played the GBA game a bit. It was alright, couldn't really get into it, and then the anime was really bad in English, but it's apparently super good, huge in Japan. Whoops. Well, I looked at Veleno players playing the grade 2 from set 1 in the back row. Grade 2 from set 1? Oh, you mean the one that calls something? I guess. But then we got ourselves this card. Dive to Blue Liquidus, which I guess is part of the band. So it's strange that she doesn't have this name, considering she's like part of the band. Like, that's a fucking is that not a guitar there? But all right. So this says once per turn, when your Vanguard Flame G in its name attacks, you counterblast 1. Put a card with Flame G in its card name from your drop on the bottom of your deck. So that's 3 cards that build up this stack, right? Of crap. Draw, so that's kind of nice. Then so you counterblast 1 to draw, and also all of your Flame G get 5k. You could technically use this multiple times if I'm reading this correctly, right? So if I have like 3 copies of this in the back row, whenever my Vanguard attacks, I can counterblast 1, put a card to the bottom, draw 1, right? And then give all of my units 5k. So and just keep doing that. It's, of course, counterblast 3, but then again, you do have a counter charger. I don't think this checks for different names. It does check for different names. That sucks. So you do have to play the grade 2 whether you want to or not, because the grade 2 doesn't do much. This is definitely the star. You're gonna play 4 of this whether or not. This you just need for the name. Honestly, maybe I'll play the grade 0. No. In case I go up against Prison or something like that, but yeah. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. 10k boost behind Vanguard. It's always really nice though. Yeah. It's literally a whole ass trigger, yeah. There's a Mega Man card in the game that changes effects depending on the day of the week. What the fuck? What the fuck? Lascaris is pretty good because of her, the deck is going to be CB heavy. Does Zergo have a generic counter charger? They have a couple of counter chargers that are generic. I don't think they can use any of them. Right? There's the one if you played an order and boosted. I don't think you can use that. There's the grade 3. I don't think you can use that because you want these to attack. And that has to attack. There's an order. I think if you have 6 units, that might be playable. I think you can countercharge one, or that might be the Shaman King one. I don't remember. So, yeah, that's why you have to really like make use of this grade 1 a lot, which sucks because she retires herself and then you have to search her again. So this is just Michu and Sharbot combined, essentially, yeah. So it just sucks that this goes to the bottom of the deck and you have no way to flat out search them. The only thing you have is this girl. That's it. I will say the deck doesn't use soul, you know, aside from this, but I don't know how often you're going to use this, right? Because it doesn't put it back into your soul. Oh no, wait. Oh, the search is your deck. Oh, okay. Whew, never mind. Problem solved. So you can just put back, you get access to the counter charger every turn. You just put it back with any of your cards, then Soul Blast, search it out. Call it. Boom, problem done. Never mind. I thought this was only from your soul that you called it. I didn't see this part. Okay. Yeah, no, you're pretty good. But yeah, I don't think you're going to be using this multiple times in a turn, like every single game or anything like that. But you can maybe do this for a push turn or something like that, or if you just got rushed or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I don't think you'll be doing this like constantly. I don't think that's the game plan. But yeah, pretty nifty deck. I'm looking forward to playing it. It is not in CFA. So instead, we are going to talk about this. So they're going to start revealing Festival Collection next Thursday. Right? That being, you know, a lot of things. And then we have this thing here. This is something that is, they didn't say a lot. From what I remember, it's a grade 2 and then an order that works along with the grade 2. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm here to ask you, fellow viewers in the chats, what do you think this is going to be? It seems like every nation is going to get one of these. It seems like it might be, I'm making so many assumptions, that they're going to be generic for any deck, right? And that every nation is going to get it. It's a grade 2 and then a grade 2 order. Yeah, I think they specifically mentioned Brank, Keter, and Storkea in the stream. Brank, Keter, Storkea. Those are, so it's not a blitz order, because I think it would have looked a little bit differently. Because I was gonna say maybe like the set 11 stuff, and maybe it was gonna be the reverse because Brankgate. Oh no, yeah, Brankgate, Keter, and no Brankgate. Which ones were it? Because there were some of them that got blitz, right? So it was Brankgate, Storkea, and who else? Not Keter. I guess it was only them two that got the blitz order, right? So yeah, so it would make sense for them to get a replacement, but but these are grade 2s. Those were grade 1s, so who knows? What are the chances they're gonna make Harmonix Messiah like card, but for standard? I don't think we need that kind of a card yet, so I think we'll be okay for the most part. I don't think we have any issues, widespread issues that have been going on for a long time that are solved by Harmonix Messiah, aside from, yeah, something that's solved by Harmonix Messiah that can't be solved by a energy crest with a different ability. I don't think we're up to that point yet. You can read some katakana. Oh, okay, you're saying it here, or here what it is. Yeah, they did mention 3 specific nations, which is probably what you read over. Yeah, it's a unit and a set, a unit and a set order double rare. But I'm just throwing shit out here that it might be for each nation. So yeah, blitz orders are red. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure this is a normal order. They're gonna they are the support for that Dragon Empire grade 2, the Varjara or whatever. Is it Angel Light or the Harmonix? of standard in terms of cost. I mean, not really. Harmonics. We're assuming we're talking about Vanguard Zero Harmonics / the current Eroded Premium Harmonics that has like 12 effects that fix a bunch of the game's issues. No, Angel Ladder is kind of different. Such a head scratcher. What is that? Yeah, I have no idea. I honestly, I haven't the faintest clue what's going on here. It has to be. It can't. I'm pretty sure it has to be generic, right? Surely it's generic. I don't see where they would do. But maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm wrong. They did a bunch of lyrical support. The previous festival collection, so maybe this is like support for random decks. I don't know. But I'm thinking it's generic. I don't know what it'll do. We have nothing to go on other than just these two and that they work together. So throw in all your guesses, because I don't know, brother. Could be anything. Looks like an old those old Aquaforce triggers that showed some dude in the kitchen. There is one more Aquaforce trigger showing in the kitchen, if I recall. That's not a kitchen. That is a like flower shop or something like that. Yeah, that is a flower shop. And this is like the florist here. Sorry, here is like the florist, right? Because there's like flowers here and they're like fixing and arranging flowers. It looks like they're painting it, which is strange. And then they're like giving it to a kid in like some sort of packaging or something like that. As like a gift, or for them to give as a gift, or they bought it. I don't know. But this is definitely some sort of flower shop. So yes, my MS Paint powers. Artwork, we'll play the Order in Zorium. Maybe we'll see. I managed they are energy generator 2 in 4 years. Now I'm pretty sure we'll get new ones in set 4 in the start of the anime. I think we'll get a couple of new energy generators, but we'll see. So yeah, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Like I said, there's not really a lot to go on. His girlfriend Hendrina, she's not look like a zombie yet, but she's already getting a new form sometime next week, right? Let's see if the CFA gods have blessed us, and see if we can get nope, absolutely nothing. No update, no whatchamacallit, prison card, no flame G's, nothing, absolutely nothing. Rotovisor Copians on him? Yeah, I guess I can show you guys my garbage list. I found that the deck just does not plus enough for what it wants to do, because of the fact that you have to play down so many cards to make it do anything, and it just does not plus enough to warrant how many cards you need. Did I maybe not save it? I might have not saved it. I might have not, which is funny because it was loaded in CFA for a while, but I forgot to save it because it was loaded up there. I was hoping to check other things. Z-Choco are in the prison reset. I'm so happy, aside from the fact that it's a crazy card. Just run eight draws. Honestly, that might be the case, but that's not what I want to do. I want to escape. That's what I was trying to do. There we go. Let's do this full screen, and let's go over here. Turn this off. Let's do that thing where it's like stuck in between scenes. There we go. I forgot to turn off the transitions. Sorry about that. Hope that wasn't too loud or anything like that. But you can take a look at my Vladimir list. That is probably the final list, I think. My opinion, I think that's what it's gonna look like until I can think of something better. But alright, trying to find chat. To skip the anime opening, basically. So just start off thinking from the top, everyone. Let's give it another shot. I gotta do my drugs. Hold on. More Cristianos, so I'm picking it up regardless. No very much, bro. Yeah. Yeah, deck is kind of nuts, to be honest. It definitely feels like something you have to play around. Yeah. I am not 100% against taking out like Cage maybe for like Expeller, but I honestly think Expeller's ass. So I just don't think it's worth it. I feel like this gives you everything what you need to do. It gives you minimal random soul charging, gives you selective soul charge, it gives you triggers in your deck, it gives you big numbers, you get the soul, you get everything. Interesting. I don't run the triple R grade 2 girl. What triple R grade 2 girl? I'm assuming you mean this. This is a grade 1. Or the maid. I run the energy cycler and swirler. Yeah, no. Swirler's ass in this deck. I don't feel like swirler. I don't see the point in running swirler in this deck, to be honest with you, because of the fact that your ride line gives you so much selective soul charge to keep your triggers in deck. Like, why would I play swirler just to then soul charge my triggers when I could just not and I can just run a bunch of selective soul charge between this and this to just check my triggers. So I don't see the point of it. But because it's free, I mean, I guess, but like this is already free, right? So you kind of need ways to use counterblast because it's just literally this and that's it. So I might as well. Originally I was using Lin, but I was like, this is better. The fact that something goes to drop kind of sucks, but it's actually not that big of a deal. Mentality. Yeah, the big number, because you don't soul charge with this deck unless you forcefully soul charge, right? Unless you play cards that soul charge, you just don't soul charge. So the energy are quite a bit of CB already. Yeah, that's why I dropped her as well, because this conflicts with the energy. So I just dropped her and I played Lamenia. Lamenia has worked way better. Because then I don't have to worry about energy or counterblast. I have the soul anyways. I'm bound. You're bound to have extra cards in soul, right? And then this puts stuff back if you just really need to. So just works out. Yeah, because it doesn't conflict with this. You know, I can literally do this as many turns as I want. That's the only reason I dropped the energy cycler. I'm blanking out her name, so I'd rather Lamenia. You can show blast 2 and still have plenty of soul available for the 8 restriction. Yeah, exactly. Lamenia just works out a lot better. IMO. But goodbye. Goodbye, tier 1 deck. Hello. Presumably not tier 1 deck. So I'll give you the base of what my list looks like. It's not really much of a list, to be honest, but I'll give you the base. Haha, base. And we can take it from there. I do not like this lady at all. Do not like her at all, and the fact that she's the only other rotovisor kind of annoys me. But I'll explain it in a bit. So it was like 4 of that, 4 of this, 4 of this, 4. I was using the Nova Grappler PG because it's like a Nova Grappler deck. Yeah, 3 of this. 3 Combine Rusher. I think that was mainly it. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. What else I was playing? Heals don't really matter. Honestly, this one, because it kind of fits aesthetically. This guy looks really cool. Honestly, playing 8 draws might not be that insane. Might not be that insane of an idea, but for now, I'll play 7 crit just for the time being. Due to the nature of the deck, you kind of want to play this stupid thing because you don't want to lose your board, but then you kind of can't because then you can't play an order that turn. So you're better off maybe playing something like maybe this, but probably not. I don't know. Because you want to play an order every turn, unfortunately, and that kind of conflicts with it. And then over trigger. And then it had 7 other cards that I don't remember off the top of my head. Seabreeze Abduction. So funny people think Miroslava works with the deck. Yeah, no, it can, but I don't know. Cage is so much better. Remember looking grade 3 that hyped up for 3 seconds. Yeah, it's the one that you place Counterblast, take something for soul, or call it. I think. I've talked about doesn't run Rusher. What do they run? Because there's what else do they attack with? I prefer Strummer in the old right cycler. Yeah. Seems mediocre. Another CB outlet, shieldless, and takes away from soul without refilling. Yep. Who the hell is Strummer? Oh, Strummer. I was thinking Dark States with Strummer. Still better than X-Power? Yeah. Strummer. I was considering Strummer. He's fine. I don't know. Combined Rusher makes too much sense. Like, you're constantly playing these because you can only play them on turn 2. Gives you early game. You can countercharge. Like, I don't know. That makes sense to me. Strummer is not a bad idea. I wish I could remember what else I was playing because I remember I was tight for space. But Strummer is set 10. Here we go. Like, this is fine because it gets 5k for the turn and you can look, try and add. It's fine. It's fine. I think I was playing maybe the Ride deck grade 1. I forgot what I was playing. Yeah, because I had more grade 1s. I don't remember why. But I know this card is really good, and him and Bovermine work really well. Yeah, I was gonna try that. I legit, I had 2 of them, FFR, the X, Elbard X Striker, and I bought 2 more because I thought it would fit in with the deck because of the fact that you can restand it and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know if it actually works out. Use Habitable Zone to get the 4 orders and set up on Persona right turn. I guess, yeah, I have the space so I can throw in Habitable Zone. Because yeah, I honestly don't remember what else I had. Unless I'm missing something, right? Because I have all my triggers. I have PGs. Yeah, I don't know how I have space, but... I like the idea of this deck waiting until turn 4. That sounds so, like, the opposite of what this deck wants to do, but set 9, yeah. I guess I don't need that many Strummers. They also use the cat to set orders from deck. The cat, oh yeah. Yeah, the cat's alright. It's just like, again, you don't plus anything, so I'd rather run this thing. Because you keep a body, you Soul Blast, and you just get it. But yeah, the cat's fine. This is the same thing, except it can also countercharge. But yeah, not the cycle, yeah, the tiger. I just didn't like the discard cost. I would rather Soul Blast because nothing else uses Soul. So but I'll probably have an issue now because of this jerk, right? So I don't know. Having a discard seems like, because like I said, this deck does not plus at all. The only thing that plus is like you get an order. This maybe gets you the order in the grade 3, and then this girl draws your card afterwards, and then I guess you draw 1 after you counterblast 2. So yeah, this should have let you draw or something, but no. That's why you need to steal from Angel Feather and takes set orders from Damage Zone. I mean, there's a card that already does that. So copy, you start crying. I literally considered playing it. There's already a card that does that, bro. This guy from set 13. Counterblast, Soul Blast. Choose a set order from your drop or face-up damage. That's your hand. So I almost legit considered playing this as like a 2-off or something, but seems like people aren't found a rusher very easily to deny the CC for the orders. I don't know. Like, I get it, but then like you have nothing, right? Like everything hits for weenie numbers. So this, I feel like this deck is pretty ass if you don't have something like, what the fuck am I gonna restand? 15k? I'm gonna play Counterblast 2 to restand 15k? Like, that just doesn't seem right. And what, another 15? Okay, so now it makes it 20k, which I could just get from this? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I can't find anything else that's like a worthwhile stand target, so that's why I put that in. This song is giving me a little bit of a headache, a bit too much, so I'm trying to find good old-fashioned Tokyo here. There we go, as a palette cleanser. But yeah, I don't get it. He doesn't care about the number of power, they want number of attacks. I mean, I don't know about that. Have you seen Sazanda? Have you read Sazanda? So remember Blau Epics from Vanguard 0? Yeah, exactly. Like, are you sure about that? Have you read what's his name? Golden Anglet? So yeah, maybe like set 3, like before any actual Nova Grappler support back in the day, like, right? Back in the 2G era or whatever of phones back then. Yeah, it was just number of attacks, but yeah, there's just no good targets, right? And you only have this as your holder visor. This doesn't have a, sorry, this doesn't really have a rearguard skill. It's just 5k. So this is the deck which White Slash Scythe All Yard doesn't work well. This guy, is he bald? What are you talking about? What you talking about? Angler was pretty ass in a TCG. Angler? Anglet, I guess you read. Yeah, it's funny, I used him a lot in 0 and I was like, this is crazy, and I ended up buying him really early on before I even started playing Vanguard. I was like, I gotta buy these must be so good in premium. Never mind. Oh yeah, that's what I was playing. I was playing this. Yeah, he's not very good, cause top 5, not a good chance to see it. The Soul is kind of nice because it works with this, but the 5k is also okay, but yeah, he doesn't really work well with this deck, unfortunately. Why is it so lame? This guy, he's good, just not in Protovisor. I mean, I don't know, maybe he's not that good, but I don't know. Doesn't do anything? Not now, at least. But excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, let's do a test hand. I feel like this is gonna give me issues. I'll probably have to dump the Regalia because I don't think I'm ever gonna use the effect, but we'll see. Okay, cool. I got a copy. This is actually a decent hand, minus the fact that I don't have something to discard for Ride. I don't know if I need 2 Bubble Mine starting hands, so we'll put them back. Draw to draw trigger, sure. If they use the grade 3s, I counterblast 1 to grade 3k to go to 16 and 19k. That happen more often than you think. Yeah, numbers matter. If we design a promo for this deck, what skill does it need to do to make this deck complete? It has to be a grade 2 that actually does something. It has to be like the grade 2 hero card, the grade 2 promo that just does like a bunch of shit. I know a lot of people are saying like, just give it a grade 1 arena card. Like, I don't know how much that fixes the deck, because this isn't Eva, right? The grade 2 doesn't search me out another arena. It kind of does, but only from top 7, right? So I don't know how much that would fix the deck if I can restand 3 units on turn 3 instead of 2. I don't think that changes a lot, to be honest. The 5k would be nice, but that's about it. Draw 4 cards and get 50 9 grades to make it good. It should definitely draw you cards. Definitely has to be power based. I don't know. This is definitely a deck that will need to get fleshed out in set 4, with like 2 or 3 support cards. Mainly a good grade grade 2 attacker, something that's worth restanding, because the mechanic lady, she's not really worth it. She's gonna get dropped next set. I'm pretty sure next set. And then there's a grade 1 that we're getting that's like a rare or common. I don't think that's gonna help. I don't know what that guy can do. I don't think it's gonna be worth it. But yeah, so let's say we draw. Let's say we go first. Let's say we discard this. Ride. This is only when I ride the grade 2, right? So we don't do anything. We play like heroes where we guard so we don't damage check our arena. We draw into this dumb girl who we kind of have to use. I don't have anything to counter charge or counter blast, so I guess I discard both of mine here to ride into the grade 2 here. That searches out the arena. Not that it totally matters because I had one in hand, but you want to get as many as possible. This is like suffer due to defensive trigger, aka awkward force syndrome. I mean, definitely that, but also the fact that you only gain power when you have 3. If it gained power, like if the grade 3 gave power for 2 arenas, then it would be okay. Then yes, you would suffer from defensive power. But right now, you literally only stand stuff that gets 5k from their own skills or something like that. So sorry, I don't want to play this yet. I want to throw this guy out. Then I want to play this and then ride face to get the energy. Then this activates and I look at the top 5, right? He also gets 5k. Look at the top 5. Choose a set order. Nilch. Eat ass. But at least he gets 5k. Swing. Get nothing. Pass turn. Get ass blasted. Goes to damn. Alright, game over. Shake your hand with your opponent. Go home. Oh my god, I can't believe they both went into damage. That is pathetic. I got 2 PGs which do nothing for me, right? Like, even if I had these 2, what the fuck was I gonna do next turn? Like, that's what I mean. Like, this deck cannot do anything because it just doesn't plus enough. And the fact that I have to play a full-ass board to do anything is just unfortunate. Because next turn, I would have to play literally a full board, right? To do anything for the most part and try and swing in here. And to restand them. Because, like, presumably that's, you know, swing of Vanguard, restand. And my opponent still has to be at, like, 10, 15 after all those attacks for any of them to do anything. Or I would have to have boosters, which I just don't have. So, yeah. Honestly, you probably don't even want PGs. You probably just want full gas. No heals, no PGs, no, just all draw triggers. Like, honestly. So, I have 6k boosters. Yeah, man. Whew. Oh, you checked the trigger? I guess I'll go fuck myself. And then, like, let's say what I would have drewn. Let's say discarded, whatever. I would have rolled this. And then let's see. I'm obviously not gonna get the order, right? Do I at least plus from my Vanguard? From my great. Okay, at least I plus. But then now I have this brick in my hand. I want a Persona ride, but then I have nothing in hand. So, yeah, the deck just needs to plus a lot better. Honestly, you basically, because of the way this deck works, you have to aggro it to the point where your measly little 15k attacks actually do something. It's just that I don't think there are any cards in Brancade that lets you do that, aside from Combine Rusher. Combine Rusher is the only thing that you can use to aggro, I believe. So, yeah, like if we throw these in the trash and we play the cool guy, because he's a cool guy, maybe play a little extra of that. We tell these PGs that we ain't got time for that nonsense, right? So now that gives us a little bit more room. We throw in some more grade 1s, bro. Ooh, doesn't the Umamatsu girl, she's not like targeted, right? Oh my god, I have to have 3 or more. Never mind. She would have been decent. She would have been decent if it was like 2, but now 3 or more. I'm not gonna have that to turn for, girl. You're gonna be dead. And I can never use the second part. That sucks. Yeah, if I can get a decent attacker, but I remember trying to figure this out for like Eva or Arkwright, but I think everything is locked to like to be on grade 3 to get power. Minus 54 cards plus 54 good cards. That's right. Just throw this out, build Eva. Can't be worse than Eugene. I mean, this actually works. At least his skill works. He just doesn't have the cards, so this can actually get supported. This is a solid skill. Could have been better. Could have been better written, but this is a decent enough skill. But they do use the grade 1 double R because its early board refunds itself. Yeah, it does get power. Well, actually, no, it doesn't get power. It only gets power when you have a grade 3. I want something early game. Something early game. Something I can use turn 1. Just fucking bop, bop, bop. Slap down all my cards. Get your ass beat. Ooh, this might work. This might work. This, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Schwarzer Eins. There we go. Throw this down turn 1. Rush. Put him into soul. Draw. Perfect. Perfect. Throw this shit out. Put another combined rusher. All right, fine. You guys don't like combined rusher. Strummer. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Immaculate. Could not be any better. Could be way better. Let's make this work. Let's make this work. I forgot to get a habit of this. Changing the stream title. Or not. Not letting me. Alright, well that's the stream title. It's not letting me change it for some reason. It's stuck. This needs a robot obscurade. Sort of. Change the title to Copium. I was gonna do something like Rotovisor is great, whatever, but yeah, it's just not letting me edit it. Oh, it might be because I might have to change. I might be on my, I'm on my other YouTube account. To change back and refresh. There we go. Now I should be able to edit it, right? No. No, it's not gonna let me edit it. Okay, maybe if I close the window, open it completely, go to YouTube Studio, go to content, go to live, go to this stream. Never mind, that's the wrong place. Go to go live, go to manage, go to this stream, go to edit. I can't change it. I'm pressing the edit button and it's not letting me change it. I don't know what to tell you. That's ass. All right, well, sucks to suck, I guess. Guess the stream title will be the stream title. Just want to check on my CPU stats. Doing pretty good. All right. OBS is not doing anything to my new PC. I like that a lot. Anyways, find some random, some luck. Flat irons. LPGs is perfect. I'd rather not. I would much rather not do that. Thank you very much. Let's put this back. We got a mulligan for our pieces, so put this back. Draw 3. There we go. Perfect hand. Perfect hand. Just that, I'm Rotovisor's biggest fan. Yeah, I'm probably the only fan that poor deck has. All right, let's go. This is perfect. Draw. Discard. Ride. Soul Blast. Let's say we go second. Draw. Ooh, perfect. Play this. I can't use this just yet. You go to drop. Actually, no, you don't go to drop. You go to bottom of deck. Yeah, I hate how much this and this inhabitable zone conflict, but whatever. Throw this down. Swing. Didn't hit a trigger? Sucks. Swing. Ooh, get fucked. Pass turn. Get hit. Okay, bet. Thanks. Stand and draw. Discard. Ride. Search deck for order. Shuffle deck. Pull this back. Play Strummer. Play order. This goes to soul. Draw 1. Ooh, stonks. Stonks? Hold on. Put this back. Bring back my keyboard. Get +5. Look at top 5. Don't add set order because fuck us. But wait, there's more. I can use it Yeah, I can use it. I can use it this turn, right? There's deck for up to one side or really if your card. Yeah, so I can throw this out. It's not gonna do anything, but I can throw this out. I can Soul Blast 2. I can search for the last one. I hate how much it looks like the other cards, especially her. I always think she's there. There we go. Add that to my hand. Shuffle deck. Probably makes sense to play this here. Shuffle deck. Add it to my hand. I got all my bases, and then I get soul for this guy next turn. Okay, hold on. Okay. 2 less orders in hand before grade 3. We're screwed. Not really, but if they go to damage, you're screwed. So. So swing goes to soul. I wish I counterblasted somehow, but if I had a combined rusher, this would have been insane. Check. All right, whatever. Get fucked up. Get fucked up. Draw trigger. Draw. Guard. Guard. Get fucked up. Draw. But I've gone. Maybe I drew this. Maybe I drew this. That's probably too much. Discard. Ride. I always had enough for this. Let's Soul Blast 1 to draw for this first. Put this on the bottom. Use this skill. Look at the top 5. No, sorry. Look at the top 7. Still don't get anything. Awesome. I can call it out, I guess. I don't really care about the robot girl. It does the same thing. The other thing I was thinking is playing like that boost order, so you can have grade 2s at least to boost and have bigger boosters, and just play a gaggle fuck of grade 2s. I don't know if I want to call this out because this is gonna have the same thing, so I'll keep it in soul. We'll play this. Play this. This activates, gets +5. Look at top 5. There's not gonna be anything obviously because I have them all in hand. I don't know if I can use that skill to draw. I can play this. Go to battle. This gets +5. Yeah, it gives you more habitable targets. It gives you this more targets. So habitable becomes a little more useful. So I was considering that, but then like these grade 1s are really good. It's funny how they're like, that's crazy, because he's like black, he's like white. He's like facing this way. He's like facing the other way. That's kind of crazy. I didn't realize that. But yes, then swing. Swing at the end of the battle that I attack. I can energy blast 3. Draw. I use the skill, whatever, who cares? Let's say it hit. I got 2 energy. 2 energy, cool guy. I'm a cool guy. Choose another unit, gets 5k. We swing in here. This is when it's attacked, not at the end of the battle. Okay. First check, second check, let's go, get fucked. Power crit, counterblast 2, restand. They don't get anything. Swing. Go to soul, counter charge, in turn, die. Die. Get hit. Let's say I check the over trigger to survive. Oh my god, that's crazy. Lose my rears. Pass turn. Draw. Top deck persona, even though I had one in hand. Draw. That doesn't help. I can play this. I can play habitable zone. Persona rod, so I can counter blast. Search for 1, set order. It's from put it into my hand. Yeah, I don't have any, so shuffle. Then I can play 1 more this turn. Play 4. Let's go. Did I forget to draw 1? Yeah, I think I drew 1, right? I think I'm good, right? And then must be because of the reference. Yeah, I can fucking play another one, or maybe this. Play this. I can use this to counter charge, but what's the point? Everyone gets 5k, right? Oh, just front row. Whoops. Yeah, I'm gonna get 5k. So then they get 5k. Go to battle. Swing here. First check, crit power. Second check, counterblast 2, restand. 5k. Swing. Alright, not bad. This would have been great, like set 6. or something like that. Could have boosted and stand the boost. Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot. I'm not used to having 4, so I forgot I could do that. All right. So ironically, that didn't work out as horribly as I thought it was going to. Not gonna lie, that wasn't abysmal. That was not abysmal. You have no way to survive and you don't have nearly enough aggro, but that was not abysmal. I still think maybe playing more set orders is the way, especially for this guy, right? Strummer to do something. I don't think there's really any good. It has to be specifically set orders, right? But that's basically this entire nation. There's really no good ones that you can search out. There's damage ulti every time, essentially, yeah. Because we can't play this. We can't play this. We don't even have access to this. We can technically play this. Can't do anything with it. We can't play this. We can't play this. Literally, cannot play this. This is a blitz order. Doesn't count. This will do nothing for us. This would do nothing. We're playing that. This is a blitz order. Originally, oh, that's what I was playing. Originally, I was playing this too, but it just does not work out. You kind of have to disregard defense, I think, for this deck. There's this. That's another blitz order. This is a normal order. We need set orders. Can't use this. Can't use it. Blitz. It's a set order, but can't use the effect. We can play this, but we literally cannot use this. It'll do nothing. We don't have blitz. Does not do anything. Cannot use fresh shots. We can use heroes, but we'd have to play heroes in main deck. I realize this isn't locked to you having a hero Vanguard, so technically you can use that, but you can restand your heroes. Rotovisor heroes, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, you can't really use that. Can't use that. You can technically use that, but I don't think you would want to. Technically you could use this. I mean, that might not be horrible, honestly. Just use the maid set order. Yeah, that's not horrible either. Just gives everything 2k, so things, if you have at least 2 of these, everything can at least hit by itself, so that's not half bad. Technically you can play this to draw cards. It's not a set order, can't do any of this. Technically you can play this also. Discard it, it goes to soul, or it goes to your order zone. Technically play that, but I don't think you want to. Yeah, technically you can play that, but you don't want to. So technically you can play this. You can play the mage set order. You can play this. My issue with this, however, is that you have to play this every single turn. That's the biggest issue with it. So really the only thing that I can think of is this guy, because you can play it, you know, with this guy later on, but that's about it. Because you have to play this damn thing every turn. There's no way to cheat out orders, which is a problem. This guy doesn't set it for you, which sucks. So it's kind of hard to play other orders, because you have to play this every single turn. Like, you have to play arena every turn. You have to play a turn 2, you have to play a turn 3, you have to play a turn 4, right? There's no way around it, because that's the only way to get at least 3. So I don't even think you can play other orders, now that I think about it. Unless with Habitable Zone, right? But yeah, the only time if you get the grade 1, this play turn 1, right? So this isn't so bad, the dog, because you can put this, you can use this, but not have to play it, because you can discard it. It's put from your hand or order zone to drop. So you can discard it for ride and use it for soul, right? And then you can use it to get it for this, for Strummer, right? Because it's a set order. So that's the only one that I see that's working without it having to go into the order zone and having to be an order that you can't play a turn. It still gives you a use. You can use soul. It's not that bad. You can put it in the order zone. It doesn't really matter. Especially because the only reason it would matter is for like Combine Rusher. But he used only 10k when your opponent's on grade 3. So it's not like you can cheese it out a turn early or something. So do I have a Discord server? Yes. I think think that works. I don't know if I set that up. I meant that. Oh, I did set that up. Okay, yeah. So I have a server now. I'm setting up a new one pretty soon. That's gonna be Vanguard specific, but I do have a current server that's kind of dead and empty. But feel free to join if you'd like, and then I'll if anything, I'll put any information on the new Vanguard Discord there. Because I do want to make a brand new one that's like Vanguard specific, and I want to do like some tournaments and like some locals and stuff, especially like CFA ones also, but more on that in the future. Yeah, I don't know. The only good target I'm seeing is Iron Garden. This would be great, but this is only good for habitable zone. So like I could play like one of it, I guess, and try to search it out. And if I get it off Strummer, that's good. But yeah, I don't know. This is kind of rough. It's kind of rough. Not gonna lie. This deck definitely needs a little bit better. A little bit more of a something, just to be a little bit more cohesive. Roto Visor 001. Save that real quick. I don't know. Hero Rotovisor sounds kind of funny. I kind of really want to try that because you actually, it's not as insane as I'm making it seem, right? It's not as insane as I'm making it seem. Does that not work? Okay. I have to do B Hero. Tampoco. Okay. Galactic. Neither. What the fuck, bro? What do you mean no? Oh, because I have set order. That's why. Okay. There we go. Because of the fact that this guy doesn't care about your Vanguard, right? So you can use him for your base, discard him, counterblast one, call him out, right? Put something in your base, whatever. You can do that without a Vanguard, but also he gets, if you have bases, he gets 10k power. So he's a pretty nifty little attacker here. You can use the base to thin out your deck. But yeah, you still have to play the arena is the problem. Like, unless you just don't play arena and use this as your Vanguard just for the restand. But you have to play arenas. I just read it. Yeah, you have to play arenas. So yeah, because you could use this. This is Vanguard locked. This is Vanguard locked. This is not. This is Vanguard locked. This is not. So you could have done something a little cute, but not really. Imagine making a tournament and forcing everyone using the same deck but different builds. Yeah, I've always wanted to do something like that. I wanted to jokingly do a Master of Barrow Magus tournament one day where it's just everyone's playing Barrow Magus only, right? But you have to build a specific build to counter the other Barrow Magus eye. Stuff like that. Boomer format tournament. Yeah, we could do like old format tournaments. Maybe limit break, break grind, whatever is before that, whatever that era would be called. We can do Legion, we can do some G format, we can do a bunch of stuff. But I just have to get on that and actually make it. And then I have to find some people that can help me manage it. So that's the main issue. I have to just find people to help me manage it. But here we go, Flagberg. It's gonna take a bit to load. Yeah, do BTO1. Specifically through, we can do remote also, but it'll probably be mainly, I think, through CFA. I think that would be more accessible to everyone. I don't want everyone to go out and buy set one stuff, right? Well, I'm not against it. If hey, people want to do that, well, we can do that. But doing it for CFA is probably a lot easier for everyone. Or we can. I was even considering like allowing proxies as well. I would not be against that either. Like I don't give a shit. And I also wanted to see if I could do some sort of like reward system where like I can like I wanted to like have some sort of prizes, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of anything that's simple because it would have to be like something digital or something like that, because like to mail stuff out to people constantly, that'll be really expensive and a lot of work. Yeah, just stuff that I've been trying to think about. I want to build decks and realize they don't have Vanguard 0 buffs. I could totally be insane sicko mode, put in every single Vanguard 0 card into CFA with their effects, right? Because I can technically, we've seen that I can edit cards, right? So I can literally do that. Put in all the Vanguard Zero cards with their effects. We could play a Vanguard Zero ornament in CFA. I can make that shit happen. Whether or not I will is a different story because that's a lot of work. But it's possible. We can do it with TCG mechanics. We can enforce the original mechanics, whatever the case may be, right? Now that I can edit CFA, I have that power. But so basically, Time Wizards / Edison Vanguard, kind of, yeah. And we have formats like that already. Cause like G format's already a thing, but there isn't as much of the like other eras as defined formats. But and definitely like, and I would like to also be like a little bit more flexible with the rules. Like, yes, only from this era, but like maybe there's some cards or some decks that like got support later on, but they still suck ass. So maybe let that go through, kind of thing. I don't mind the stuff that like is like those rigid formats where it's just from this to this. I like it. Like, I don't mind that, but I would like to like experiment it and open it up a little bit, right? Because I'm sure we can introduce some cards even in like from standard that won't break the game and won't be insane, but will just maybe make things kind of interesting, right? Like I said, more on that in the future. So this is my shitty flag burger list. What time are we at? Okay, yeah, we'll talk about flag burger for a bit, and then I'll go get some dinner. But yeah, I tried this out. I tried the tokens, didn't like it out as much. Then I tried this, didn't like it as much. And as and Boyang and I were talking about, or before the stream started, well, I think mainly Ek brought it up, but yeah, I think this deck really needs a new ride line. Because yeah, I don't really want to play it with orders, to be honest, anymore. And I don't like the Aurora ride line. It just didn't do, I don't feel like it did a lot. It was kind of just like, okay, I have tokens now, cool. I still don't want to play anything from hand, right? You can't really use any other ride line, which kind of sucks, which is why I was hoping like this would be like generic, or the trial deck one would be more generic, but it's not. So most clans need their Asia Circuit support to be functional, right? Yeah, so that's what I was thinking of, like opening things up a little bit, being a little bit loose, which is kind of difficult. It's easier in CFA. The other thing with CFA is that we would each have to like, I thought about this, we would have to like probably make up like new accounts, right? Which isn't a big deal as long as you remember what your old account is, but we'd probably have to have like I'd have to come up with like a tag or something that you can use at the beginning of your name to make it easier to find out who's who, right? Because I can't just make a random room in CFA unless like we all use a custom version of CFA, but whatever. Anyways, we can discuss that more and I'll think about it more some other time. Zorgo can hear me out. Neo Maggie line. I don't know about that. Let me read it. Let me see what that does. I'll have to see. Make a format that's a mix of early standard and pre-G card pool. Yeah. I was thinking like we can totally do stuff like that. We can even do like I've always wanted to do. I think they started doing it in Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like Showdown for Pokemon, where there's like separate tiers. So there's like OU, UU, so on and so forth. Do that, right? So that like people can experiment with like the lower tiered decks and have fun with those in like an environment where those decks can actually thrive, right? But that's just a bunch of my lofty goals that I like to do with a new Discord. But we'll see. I'll try and make that possible. I just have to figure out all the Discord stuff, and like I said, try and get some like I guess they're called mods to like help me out and whatnot, but we'll see. I'll try and get that going. I was hoping to get that going for like Divines, so we'll see. You have like 5 accounts. I probably do too. I just don't know the passwords for any of them, which is the problem. But yeah, because otherwise we'd just be walking around and you won't know who's who and who's facing you. So it would just be that much easier that way. And then I can spectate, I can stream it, you know, so on and so forth. Where the hell is Sheriff? There we go. So this says, when you ride over the Great True Sylvan Beast specifically, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or less normal unit from among them and call it or discard the rest, or put them at the bottom of your deck. What are my targets for this? Like, I guess I can call anything, but then, I don't know. I guess so. And what does the grade 2? The grade 2 has to be Magnolia, though, right? So it would just not do anything. Yeah, so this would just not do anything. So it would just be for that skill. Technically, I can ride anything else. Right? If there was like a Sylvanhorn Beast that did something. Because this is any grade 2 Sylvanhorn Beast. Call the OT with Cherish? Yeah. Let's see. Is there any Sylvanhorn Beast that I would, for whatever reason, want in my ride line? That's a grade 2. Probably not. Please go. Can't use that. Technically, you can use this, but that's too much counterblast. Can't really use that. I forgot this is a Sylvanhorn Beast. I could play Leica, Spiritual Body, get it out. Yeah. Not looking like there's really anything I can do. Yeah, that's the only one that I can think of. Or the pony, either one works. It's a dog, right? I call it unalive dog. Everyone calls it like a fox, a lion. I don't know anymore. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that would work. Cause it's a dead card anyways, right? Please no Alpin. You can't use Alpin now. It's a dead card no matter what. This is not half bad either. Reno Bear is not half bad. It's useless. Actually, no. Reno Bear is okay. Reno Bear is actually not half bad with this too. With this grade 2 here. Because you can boost Flagberg with this. And then put it to Soul if you want. So it doesn't lose. Like, you don't waste putting a grade 2 in your back row. And then this can make something else in the same column as booster. Me and my fiance messed around with this a lot early on in Magnolia, trying to find a better ride line. So you can technically use this because it gives whatever else in the same column boost, right? So you can very easily call this off of it, and then it goes to Soul, so that slot's empty for you later on. Or if you just get, you know, something else. So, because you obviously don't want to call these because they will just get stuck there. So I don't know. It's not insane. This is the only grade 2 Sylvanhorn Beast that does something, right? Because other than that, it would be one of these two that you can call out from like Spiritual Body or something like that. So I focus around the original Magnolia. You mean the Persona Ride one? But if you could use Alpin, Alpin would attack 25, then refund your soul. Yeah, if they can get their own Alpin, Blackbeard can get their own Alpin, the deck would probably be a lot better. Original ride line done, while Maelstrom bind line is so much more superior. Is beyond me. The Maelstrom ride line. Not that you can do anything with it. What does the original ride line do? I don't really like the original ride line because it's, you ride the grade 2, you call the grade 1. It gets intercept, which is nice. And 2k, and it keeps that for the rest of the game, essentially. Then I just don't like Ascendance Assault skill, because it's like, you can, reveal Flagberg to call it out when you ride it? Like, that's fine. That's fine, but I don't know. I don't know, I like the Leonore line. To be honest, if the deck wasn't soul intensive, the deck would, the ride line would actually be really nice. But I don't know, I think this is kind of cute. This, get a free plus from whatever I want, put it in the bottom of the deck. I don't know, but yeah, you're probably better off just with the line, the normal line. Going to Arena Bear, I don't know, man. 20k turn 2, possibly go up to 30k. I don't know, y'all missing out. Y'all missing out, bro. I'm just saying. You could work something out. Fine, we'll play this. Ugh, do this dumb thing. We'll play this basic ass ride line, I guess. Where? Oh, it's in the deck. That's fine. And then flag. So now I don't need as many orders. Yes, I don't know how well that works. I don't know if you can use spiritual body anymore. If these two are coming out from the soul, honestly. Honestly, I feel like running mushrooms or something like that. Right line is a bit too drop heavy. Yeah, it doesn't really help much. Thoughts on this thing I've never heard of in my life? No thoughts. Head empty. Very good, but the soul burning guarantees you never use it. If you do use it, the native line that sends is a one-off in the ride deck. Yeah, probably. Your soul spreading is so bad that you'll use command resolve for spiritual body, probably. Especially with this ride line, yeah, I'll probably end up using that. The other good thing about, using the Magnolia line is that, you get to keep your ride deck and soul. It's costless, so that's kind of nice. I don't know, man. I keep coming back to it. I don't know. It's not half bad. Blackbird's only like attacks, right? Yeah. Okay. I was thinking there's something stupid where like this is rested in the back row and then you counterblast to stand in and only checks standing or something, but never mind. You might know it as Tokyo Mew Mew. Never seen it. Heard of it, never seen it. Yeah, it doesn't consume, so yeah. Whatever, man. I'm gonna. The whole purpose of this is to try shit. We're just gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it, bro. Fuck it. We'll try Reno Bear. Make my dreams come true. We'll throw in this to make it happen. Just vanilla, throw in everything. Unless there's another grade 1 I can use. Technically there is, right? I don't know if I want to, but technically I can use this, but no Miscopium Jabbar. Yeah, I mean technically. The energy charge 2 is kind of cute because 2 obligation. Yeah, I think 2 is fine. The energy charge 2 is cute because it means on your first grade 3 turn, if you went first, you can energy blast to draw, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, we'll throw in 1, take out 1 and then pull, so we'll play 2. Yeah. And then we'll do a quick test hand. See if I'm insane. If I'm insane, I will just go have dinner. Maybe order some Taco Bell or something since it's late. With full validation, you tried her out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, starting hand. Not the craziest. I don't have. I don't really need. I mean, yeah, I can stay with this. For the sake of giving this a valid evaluation, let's put that forward trigger back. All right, that's not that much better. Jack in a Box. I don't think I have any Jack in a Box around me. Support a local business. I would love to, but they're all closed. I don't have a choice at 9:25. Everything is closed, so it's either Taco Bell or I starve. I feel like most people might try to abuse her energy charge 2 skill, but fail when you realize you need to call from hand. I still think it'll be broken someday. Hello. Jack in the Box doesn't even exist here. I don't think it exists here either, to be honest. I've never seen one in my life. Move to a place that has a lot of business opening late. I don't know any place that has local businesses open. Like, if it's not in New York, I don't know where would it be. MS Philanthropy trying to make him mill after reviving him. Yeah. Yep. Let's say we go first here. Draw 1. I guess. I'm going first, so maybe this. Right. I might get another one. Make them think I'm going into Magnolia. Pass turn. Get hit for 1. No, like, what the fuck? Stand and draw. This is not that bad to discard because I'm playing for Bitter Doll, so I can get it back. Ride. Let me just read the wording. Look at top 3. Right. Look at top 3. Ooh, wait. Does that work with this? Hold up. Can I get Misty Appetite with this? There's a 1 grade 2 or less normal unit and call it. I can get Misty Art with this, can't I? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that. All right. So I can technically pick Misty Art with 2nd skill, and then 3rd skill says instead I put it to my hand. And then the rest of them I can discard them and put them on the bottom of my deck, and it's either or, right? So we'll just put it. Shouldn't have done that way, but it's fine. We'll just put them on the bottom of my deck. Yeah, put them in the bottom of your deck in any order. Okay. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that. The deck also has Isabel Syndrome. Yeah, you have to go 2nd. So we can play this. Look at top 7. We can hit the grade 2. There we go. Boom. And now thanks to her, he has a boost. I don't know. That's kind of all right. I don't know, man. That's kind of okay. Swinging here for 20. That's kind of okay. Get hit for 1. Let's just say they only were doing damage. Draw here. We do not need these many Ascendance Assaults. Ride. Nothing happens. This just gets boost now. I kind of need that many Ascendance Assaults because this guy's fucking... I don't have any of my counter chargy guys, so I'm fucked. Right. I'm straight fucked. So I can swing in here. I can't even do anything. Yeah, I guess just call Inlet. Swing, and counterblast, restand. Or sorry, swing. Then no power perfect. 4. At least that way I can counterblast. Draw. Doesn't get power. I do retire 2. But I basically have power because of this big ass booster I got. And then first check, crit, power, 2nd check, that, and then goes, well, this goes to soul, gives something 5k, which doesn't really matter, but this goes to soul, and I draw 1. Pass turn, get bopped, nice. Maybe intercept, guard, and then finally PG. Let's say maybe they don't have any more attacks. Let's be super generous here. Yeah, it's right on time. I have a bunch of soul. Stand and draw. Ooh, and I got. Oof, that's kind of nasty. Ooh, and I drew this fucker. So now I can call out. I have 2 counterblast, but that's okay. Is that on my inlet pulses? No, I have 1 in hand, 1 in soul. I should have 1 in deck. Oh, I drew this. Is that what happened? Oh, I only have 2 of him. Okay. I really wish they expanded this. It's a little easier to see. So I'll call 1 from deck. Call this from drop. Yeah, there's Inlet Pulse. I was looking for this guy actually because I thought I had 1 in deck, but I realized he's in my hand. At the beginning of the battle phase, okay. Doesn't really matter where I put her here, so I guess I'll put her here, put this here. And you, oh yeah, you're right. Forgot about that skill. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Raw. Ooh. Play this here and then 1, 2. It's kind of cute. Next turn I can draw. And then we can go to battle. Skill, counterblast for this skill, and then we can soul blast. This guy, the skill that when he attacks he gets 5k. Blackbird has to go first, I believe, right? Or in the pulse has to go first. Yes. All right. So we got a battle. This is the first attack. Whoop, 23. Sharingan Senkai, yes. Then we can Soul Blast, doesn't matter. To restand. This gets 10k. Then we go here, we swing in. Since this is attacking, it gets 5k. Then we go here, Endless Ascendance, Shelling? Interesting. I guess I can, yeah, I guess that makes sense because you can boost. Is there too much hopium to expect a deck like Shaman King or Ragnarok to top a tournament? I mean, it depends what you mean by top a tournament. If it's like top a locals, yeah, that 100% can happen. If you mean top a regional, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. Shaman King has a slight chance of doing that. It did get like 8th and 4th. I think in the last BCS or the one before that. Yeah, topping a national. I don't think we have national tournaments. We have regional tournaments, unless national is your regionals, depending on which area you are. Yeah, it's kind of tough. I think there's some chance because there was the ironically there's like the what's it called, the Grifagilia Shaman King deck. That's a thing. You can go yeah, the Yo is pretty solid, you know. Presumably he's good against Yo. Might be all right because he's like he has really good aggro turn 2, so maybe you might be able to like combat Shiranui ironically if you like skip right a turn and then try and finish them out. Maybe, I don't know. So maybe, I don't know Shaman King, sorry, Ragnarok decks that well. I know I only know Sasaki because that's the only one that I built, but they aren't that great, unfortunately. There was a couple of them in BCSs that showed up. There was definitely like an Adam I saw and a Lubu, so they've shown up, but this was like way back when. So I wouldn't expect it, but I would not be 100% surprised, depending on the deck. But hopefully those decks get support, because you know Shaman King and Ragnarok have new seasons, so they can use that stuff. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that makes sense. Swing in here, I can counterblast to restand this. I can swing in here with this. This does not go to soul yet. It's not when it boosts, it's just when something attacks. So then this attacks, this gets another 5k. Then you know this goes to soul, countercharge, and then now I can do this, counterblast, draw, retire, 3 or more. Flag before Ascendance. Flag before, oh. Really? Did that make a difference? Yeah, 6 attack setups and triggers. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, you can do that. Like, maybe mattered. I'm assuming there are 5, so it probably didn't matter here. But, and then this goes to soul, draw 1. Alright, I mean, not horrible. Not horrible. It's a little rough in the beginning, but I don't know if you can survive much, to be honest. You still have, you know, shit for like everything else. Because, like, I don't know, it's like guard, let's say Shiranui, guard, PG, I probably want that, discard, PG, I don't need that anymore, take 1, so at least have damage, and then now I'm in a rough spot. Draw. CB is definitely tight. CB is definitely tight because we still only have the 1 counter charger, so that's kind of rough. Soul is not an issue whatsoever. Probably because I went first. And I didn't get to inlet as much. Soul is not as bad, but counterblast is definitely an issue. So, fine, tried it. I'm good. That's true. That is true. I don't have Persona Ride. I have 2 chances to get him. So we can try this one. I don't know if that's the better option. That really didn't give me what I wanted. I guess we can grab you. It doesn't really make a difference. I can use the skill twice, I guess. She doesn't use it, but I can to draw and try and get it. No, I didn't get it. Yeah. Was soul an issue for flag? Soul is the biggest issue. Soul and counter blast is the biggest issue. Yeah, no shelling here. I can't shelling. I can kind of overcall this to get this because this is bigger. Yeah, I kind of have to because I need the extra attack. Yeah, so I have to call these two. Yeah. I don't know about burnt. I don't know. Smelling pretty good in this kitchen so far. Alright, and then start Soul Blast 2. I can choose both of these or one of these. I don't know. I can go either way. What are we thinking here? Should I put it all on one card or split it up? I don't have Persona Ride. This is presumably turn 5. If I put it all on here, I would swing Soul Blast Restand. Swing, she gets 5k, 15. Soul Blast Restand, 20. Swing 21. Swing 28, 30, 30. Then swing here. Actually, no, it would have been bigger. Sorry. No. So it'd be swing here. Soul Blast Restand. Let's say I put it all here. Then it'd be swing here. She gets plus 10 from both of these, right? Then we Soul Blast Restand 5k. Then we can swing 21 and then swing. She gets 10k. That's 43. It's pretty good. And then swing. That doesn't count. Swing here, right? But if we do it, if we split it up, then what happens is swing plus 5, restand Soul Blast, swing plus 5, Soul Blast, restand plus 5, swing, yeah, I think that's way better, plus 5, 31, swing plus 5, 33, yeah, that's definitely better, so splitting it up sounds a lot better to me. Then swing, power perfect, counter blast, draw, retire, 3 or more to guard. First, okay, fuck yourself. Don't have Elementaria, go fuck yourself. Draw, whatever, heal. Second check. Alright. Not too bad. That worked out insanely well. You can definitely swap. I don't know. You can't swap this out. This is the only good option unless you play. Unless you swap this out for what is it called? Spiritual Body. So then you can use the dog or something like that. But I don't know if that's really worth it. The fact that this searches this is actually pretty strong, so I would want to keep this. Better to use the blue Crailty? I don't know. I feel like... I mean... You don't get to use all the effects, but the fact that you get to draw 2, heal, and get a crit, I think is way better. But... The ultimate problem is that this is asking for too much work to do its thing. Not entirely. Yeah, current decks should definitely do what this... do offensively what this wants to do a lot better. 100%. I don't say this is asking for a lot. It's just not putting enough for what it's doing is probably a better way to say it, which might be in the same way you're saying, same thing you're saying. Probably maybe a draw. This is nifty, but yeah, you can definitely like cut this, but she's actually not half bad because I managed to have a bunch of souls. So we'll do one more. And then I'll go get Taco Bell. Since again, nothing's open around this time. Just Taco Bell, Papa John's, and some tapas place I think is usually open late, but like they charge so much money. I would rather not do that for like the food and for the delivery, and it's tapas, so it's like tiny as hell. I guess we'll put this back. All right, that's decent. Burger King, but only if they put onions or what? Only if they put onion on the onion rings. What's wrong with you? What What's wrong with you? I think you meant on the burger. Like, yeah, that's banging. Like, what? No. Get out of here. Draw. Fortunate. I guess discard this. Fuck shield value. Ride. Get crest. Go second. Draw. Technically play her. Technically play her. We can technically play her Energy Blast next turn. That's not a bad option. We can play her. Swing. Pass turn. Take one. Nice. Stand. Draw. Ooh. It's kind of cute. I like that. But I might have to discard you, buddy. I'm sorry. Ride. Look at top 3. Cannot do anything. That's unfortunate. Choose up the one. I don't have any. I don't want to discard the rest. I have to put them on the bottom of my deck in any order. So this one, and then this one. Yeah, so we don't get anything, but I can Energy Blast. I can. Okay, it's not working. I can Energy Blast here to draw. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, that's just what it is. What it is. Probably pull this back. Swing in. Nice. Get a crit. I'm going second here, so guard. Take the other 2. Stand, draw. Oh, keep having to discard this guy. Ride. Let's use this now. Look at top 7. Interesting option. It's Shelling Cannon. Alex. I think Alex is the better option here. Get her. Call. Main phase. Skill. Soul Blast 1. Give her the skill. Must be second, so swing in. Boom. Doesn't do anything. Swing in boosted? Oh man, that sucks. Never mind. I guess give him the skill. Swing in, he gets 5k. Swing in, boosted, Jesus. Not Soul Blast, Counter Blast, that's a restand. Then I can Soul Blast, she can restand, this gets 5k. Swing, then swing in, this gets 5k. Then swing, this goes to Soul, Counter Charge, Counter Blast, draw. Retire 2, first, second, get nothing, end turn, die next turn. Unless I check OT. No guard. PG the Vanguard. Fucking this maybe if I'm lucky, and then PG, blast attack. Draw. Ride. Stand. Set up where you want to go first. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Call. Can I do it? Yeah, I can do it. Use her skill, Soul Blast. Give. It doesn't matter which one. I can. Whoops. Oh my god. I can draw again. Oh my god. Whatever. Draw. Cool. I can just throw this back here. I guess to draw a card. So yeah, give it to this one. I get. Oh, actually, in that case, whoops. Oh my god. In that case, I would not play that. I would play Inlet Pulse. Yeah. There we go. So then, yeah, give power to Inlet Pulse. Inlet Pulse swings in and gets 5. Inlet Pulse Soul Blast. Restands with her. Can I? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god. Persona Ride. Swing in, skill Soul Blast, restand, +5. Swing in here, +5. Swing in here, power. That's +10. This goes to Soul, Counter Charge, Counter Blast, draw, first check, draw trigger, power, draw, second check, nothing. And okay. So. Can't do the double power effect though, yeah. Unfortunate. I don't know, maybe this isn't so bad, but I did start to run out of soul at the end here, so I don't want to get too cocky. But I don't know, I kind of like this list. It's funky. I like funky, especially love funky when it works, so I like that a lot. But alright, I think that'll do it. I realized I was there. I forgot this has the wider screen, so now I have different camera. Not really cameras, but like different angles. I don't know, the camera's a little bit different on each scene, so you guys get a little bit extra. This one's a little bit bigger, but whatnot. Anyways, none of that matters. That'll do it for today. Unfortunately, we couldn't test out Flame Girls. We'll be able to do that Tuesday, and maybe talk about Hikari and her time faded one. 4 inlet, 3 ascendants, maybe ascendants, because the deck is too CV heavy, but I don't know. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough. If I had one more thing that can give me soul, it wouldn't be so bad. Especially since I had to discard this guy so many times. That was kind of rough. But maybe if I had an extra, yeah. Because in that way I can discard this, get it back with this. So that won't be so bad. But we'll save this. Oops. And come back here. Oh no. Hello, you said. I'm sorry, I was just about to end the stream. I'm guessing since the time change, it's been an hour later for you. I think that's how that works. So that's why you haven't been able to catch the streams. I'm sorry. I'll try and stream a little later next Thursday, possibly. So you can make it in time. I'm sorry. I just have to get dinner. It's getting real late. It's already 10 o'clock. Or almost 10 o'clock my time. Yeah, we'll test out the cute flame girls next week. Possibly the Hikari and her new faded one. I think that's about it. We'll find out about the new Regalia on Thursday, so we can find out about that. I'll work seriously on the Discord that I briefly mentioned. I'll set up a new Discord for Vanguard for us. We can do tournaments, do CFA tournaments, proxy tournaments, whatever the hell we want to do. I'll get on that, make that a reality. But in any case, till next time, take care of yourselves and each other, play Vanguard, and have yourselves a damn good one.